What's going on, guys? It's Char here, and we got kind of a chill video for you guys today. Me and Lime decided to hop on a call the other night and just kind of go through and discuss, compare, and contrast 5 decks we were bringing to the Con of Heroes, one of each aspect, and one character that we're both bringing, which you could probably guess by the thumbnail. It's kind of a really chill video, so if you guys want to just hear about comparing, contrasting deck lists, how we go about making multiplayer decks and anything like that, no webcam and not a ton of visuals, so you can kind of listen to it as a podcast. Feel free to just throw us in the background. Just a quick little primer as we get into the video right now. All right, what's up, guys? We're here. We're talking about decks. You know who it is. We got Char here. Introduce yourself, my co-host for today's video.
Hey, I am Daring Lime, and yeah,
Yeah, we were talking
that's
to
all I
you
got.
guys. We were talking to you guys from the void today. No cameras. We're just chilling, late night recording here, and we're talking about Con of Heroes. So you guys saw the con is coming up in this next week or whenever I upload this. Whatever, it's coming up soon, and we just wanted to talk about compare kind of some of the decks that we're bringing and some changes and whatnot we could make to them. Anything else you want to say on that front?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I haven't been to a Con of Heroes before, so this will be the first one I've been to. So I wanted to build decks that would kind of just help the games go smoother that I'm in.
Okay.
Like I brought a Star-Lord deck which will do like a lot, but with the rest of them, I was more so just trying to keep things on the rails and make sure that everyone had a good time.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
that's.
ironic because I brought Deadpool and Star-Lord, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we got a bit of what's it called? A bit of differing belief systems there for a second, but no, I get you. No, I love playing kind of like decks that help things run smoothly and kind of give more than like being selfish, right? I think it's just a recipe for having a good time, and I've played decks like that, and I do stand by it. I think they're a ton of fun in multiplayer. So I think some people might be listening to this. I listen to a lot of people like as a podcast or whatever. So maybe we'll just do like a brief run through of the deck lists, like card by card, and then we can talk about them. Not card by card, but I'll just list it out. So, you want to start with your Doctor Strange first, or do you have an aspect you think would be more interesting to start with? I just have green
Let's
on
just start with
here.
the Doctor Strange because then you don't have
Yeah,
to click anywhere.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
the idea with Doctor Strange here is I I just wanted to lean into his what's it called, the seven rings of Ragador, where he gives people toughs. And yeah, that's the idea. If I just want to keep everyone alive at the table while I'm playing.
Yeah.
So Med Team is one of my favorite cards, and it can help keep the heroes alive, or it can help keep allies alive for some like leadership strategies or anything else that people are doing. So with just being able to heal everyone up, having power come from the invocation deck and Strange's rest of his card kit that's really good. It just leaves a lot of space to where I can just support the table and like make sure that there's targets for my tough status cards I'm handing out with multiple man and the 2 to 4 people that are at the table each time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just supporting people instead of trying to be the star of the show or anything because like I don't really like doing that in multiplayer.
Yeah. No, I love Strange and Green. I think it's like a tried and true deck, and I think it's awesome. I do want to do the card by card very briefly for people who may be listening like a podcast. We got one Brother Voodoo, 3 multiple man, 1 yellow jacket to find those upgrades. In the events, we got triple basic spell, double preemptive strike, which I don't think I've ever played this card, but it looks good here. Got 1 shield spell, triple spiritual meditation. We're on Energy Genius Strength and the double power protection as always. We're on an Avengers Mansion Helicarrier, the core box goats as I call them, triple med team, another core box goat for Lime, and then ending it off with the Sorcerer Supreme, of course. He is on the art after all.
Yeah,
I want to do a couple things that I kind of noticed about this deck that I thought were kind of like fun. I love basic spell here, especially because your whole thing is like keeping the table up. Because people don't realize if you don't play multiplayer, this is not just from you. It heals 3 damage from any identity on the table. It's very
yeah,
good,
that's
and
huge.
it's It's very good. I mean, this card is just crazy, right? Like you just pick whatever you need for the situation. Like 3 threat for 2 is still, I mean, it's still barely under curve, but it's still like very strong. Usually, you're probably gonna be doing the heal though. I was gonna jokingly suggest because I'm a big fan. You're a fan of Med Team. I like. I'm a big fan of Second Wind, but when you have basic spell, you don't really need it. So sadly, I'll take my suggestion away because I think Second Wind's hilarious. I love that it's like a burst heal of like 5. And I don't know. Could it find a home in this deck? Maybe, but I don't think it actually makes it better. It does make it funny though. Yeah, I think what you're trying to do in this deck makes a ton of sense. Being able to cycle and get these 7 rings of Ragador is really strong. I would say the only thing I would consider is because I love, and we were talking about it kind of in your server the other day, Muster Courage. Why no Muster Courage? Did you think about it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I
Just putting you on the spot.
I spent probably like 5 minutes on each of these decks so far. They're
Okay.
well, not unplay tested because I've played similar versions of Strange before like
Right.
this, but they're not like this version of it. I haven't tested at all. Let me look it up. Muster Courage, you say? 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't remember what it does. Give up to X friendly characters tough status card. Oh, the villain's stage number. Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't. I could do that, but part of me is like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I run out of places to hand tough statuses with Strange already,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
I
I
could
think
add that, but
I think it's interesting. I love playing it in the Avengers names, but the thing about Strange is like, he has access to healing and he already has something that gives 3, so I mean, it's not one of those things that's a requirement, but I thought it could be interesting. The other thing
yeah,
that
it could.
stands out to me is a yellow jacket with 5 targets. That
Oh
might
yeah,
be
you
a bit
see
of a tough sell
that's
for
the
me.
I am not. I just wanted to use Yellow Jacket
Okay, okay, okay.
and not. Yeah, so that's another theme of these decks. That it's really just chill. Like
Okay,
I'm
okay.
I'm not trying to like
Low
I'm trying to have
cortisol, as the kids
interesting.
would say.
Yeah, it's low cortisol, I guess. But the thought process on Yellow Jacket was I made an edit to the deck like right before this version where I ended up with 39 cards, and I
Hmm.
was like, I need another card. An ally would work, and I was like, what's an ally that I haven't used as much that sounds fine? And I was like, well, Strange like really, really needs his cloak and his Eye of Agamotto and his Sorcerer Supreme. So even if it like only has like I don't know what the actual I didn't do the math on the
Yeah,
odds, but
me
like
either.
I assume it'll hit like half the time or more.
Hmm.
And on the first deck pass, it'll probably hit like half the time or more. And then I'm totally fine with that. If it gets me a my cloak or my Sorcerer Supreme a turn earlier, I'm all there for it. And if it's not optimal, then yeah, I'm all there for it too.
Yeah, so I would say, yeah, the yellow jacket. See, one thing I could think that would, I don't know the math either. Maybe it's like decent odds. Like if it's over half, I probably still run it, right? I'm not doing the math on this. It's not worth it. But
We can do a
maybe
simple thing. It's a 40 card deck with like 5 upgrades.
yeah.
So like every 8 cards roughly, there's one, and he's
Hmm.
searching over the top 5. And I
Hmm.
have spiritual meditation to procure it a little. So it's like
That's
it's
true.
probably
Yeah.
fine. It's probably fine. So maybe instead of half,
Yeah.
maybe like a little under half it hits.
I am also a big fan of one card I think missing from the deck. I love the new defensive conditioning, and that also gives you another upgrade to hit. So maybe that's a
Yeah, yeah,
consideration.
that could be good, especially since I might spam these magical enhancements.
Right, and you have the 2 power protection doubles. It also gives you another double
Yeah, that could be
target. So there's
interesting.
like 3 here, 3 here. So you have 7 targets for the doubles. That makes it 8. And it also gives you another target for Yellow Jacket. Kind of brings the deck, kind of maybe brings the deck a bit together. No, I think the deck is strong, and I love preemptive strike. This is not a card I play, but
Oh yeah, the thought with that was, um, I was just looking at it because I was thinking it says when a boost card is turned face up while
right.
the villain attacks, cancel all the boost icons, and
Mm,
then I was just looking for ways to help people off turn, and
mm,
since that doesn't check for me being attacked, I was planning on just using it to cancel other people's boost icons just to you know, just to help out.
No, yeah, for sure. I think it's really I think that's really strong. I know that I don't know if you're going into more allies. The North Star ally does that as well. He can cancel, I think, 2 a turn, and then you have a med team to keep him up. Maybe that's a consideration. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll
Maybe
check
you want
that
to
out.
play preemptive strike. I mean, they basically have the same effect. I guess preemptive strike deals a little bit of damage, so you're playing those like I don't know. Maybe you're playing Loki with Frost Giants and then Laffy, and you hit him for 4. That feels pretty good, right? For 1, it's like defending for 4, hitting for 4. So they're kind of similar. They do similar things, but pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty
if we
cool
play Laufey, preemptive strike will pop off.
for sure. I don't know what
But if it
villains.
comes up,
Yeah,
I don't know if it will, but that'd be fun.
yeah. No, I like the deck. I think it's really solid, and I think people will appreciate being kept alive. See, that's one thing that in multiplayer I struggle, and even a lot of people who play protection struggle, is that I think people spec too hard in actually defending. And to be fair, they don't really have healing as a real archetype. I wish they would lean into it a bit more. But people
Yeah.
spec too hard into like actually defending when this is a way to play protection that this is going to keep people up. Like if you need people in hero mode, like you have healing here, you have healing here, you have toughs here, you have like multiple men that probably have multiple toughs, like you got
Yeah.
shield spell for yourself. I mean, if you throw in the
There's,
defensive conditioning, like you have 3 or no, he has 1 defense. Right? No, yeah, you have 3
Two.
defense and are ready every turn
Yeah.
because it gives you +1. Like you're just gonna be up. You're gonna be slinging spells and like I don't know. You're going to work.
Yeah, I like that defensive conditioning idea. Also, I could maybe hand it to another player even.
Oh, if you put in like a couple copies, if you cool with going above 40, huh? No, oh
Oh,
yeah, you could.
I could break some ground and do a 41 card
Yeah,
deck maybe.
you could even do like you could throw in 3. I don't know. That might be cooking too hard, but maybe 2 might be interesting. Like you find one early and then you have a. It's just more targets, right? Like the yellow jacket hits more often too, and like if you don't need it, then like give it to someone else or it's a resource. I don't know the
Yeah.
math, right? I'm not running the numbers, but sounds good. I like how I'm
Yeah.
patting myself on the back. Yeah, sounds good. I'm the one who recommended the card.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Yeah. I really
Yeah.
like that
All right.
brilliant idea
Is there
that we're
anything else
talking
you want to
about.
talk about with the strange deck specifically?
Ooh, oh yeah, maybe. Um, one thing, maybe this is just a thought about Strange in general, is
Okay.
that his invocation deck gets hyped up a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I think his aspect cards, or not his aspect, his hero cards are a little bit slept on because of that.
For sure.
Like like protective ward is insane. Um, it doesn't have to be him that
It's
reveals it
very,
either,
very good.
and
Yeah.
it just cancels the whole thing. So it also cancels surge and whatnot. I don't know if I'll be playing on expert or not, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
canceling a full treachery for a different player is so cool. And sometimes in solo that whiffs because you get like a minion or a side scheme or something, but it's not really gonna whiff here. And
It
yeah, and
won't.
like his
Yeah.
thwart event, it can be like it's baseline 3. It's probably gonna be like 4 or 5 most of the time, and then it tells you what the boost card is gonna be
Yeah.
because it lets you look.
Yeah. It's a
So
look,
it's
so
like
they
this
go
solid.
back. Yeah.
And then his Magic Blast, I didn't build into it here, but when you add in a bunch of wild resources to the deck, like on purpose, that
Mm-hmm.
can be really fun with Magic Blast because like 7 damage, stun and confuse, that's just so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like his worst card is Magical Enhancements, and Magical Enhancements, he has
This is gonna
already built
pop
into his
off.
kit,
This is gonna
and
pop off in
it's already fun.
multiplayer. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
so many
if there's
people
like
play ready
Quicksilvers or
heroes.
X23
Yeah.
or yeah, I'm excited for that.
I mean, Hercules has this card in his kit, but people don't hate on him for that. It costs 0, so maybe it's a bit different, but
Yeah.
no, I mean this card is yeah, this is gonna pop off. You so many people love ready heroes. I am one of those people, so they will appreciate this, right? They've ready a couple times. It's like a 1 for 3, 1 for 4 value. I mean, not bad,
Yeah,
not bad at all.
not bad.
Cool. Yeah, no, I really like this deck. I like Strange in green and awesome. Couple recommendations, couple suggestions. We'll move on to my aptly named Greenum deck. That is a Venom,
Oh, I
Flash
like Victor
Thompson
Mancha.
in
I used to
green.
use him a lot.
Oh yeah, he's fun. So this is my take on kind of a green deck, right? So it's kind of a similar concept. It's not the same. You're taking more of a healing thing. I'm taking more of a trying to use cards that I don't like using, but this hero has a specific synergy that makes it fun. So we're playing Flash Thompson. If you don't know what Venom does, he gets his guns out, he runs in guns. But more importantly, and what I think is more interesting, is his wild resource generation that is not limited to once a round, but once a phase. And because it's once a phase, what that means is that you can play all of these one cost defense events that, in general, for most heroes, make your hero turn kind of lacking, and they're not as lacking for Venom because he doesn't actually have to spend a card from his hand. He can take a damage, and as we all know, or we should know, health is a resource, and you should spend it. And oh boy, does this deck spend health as a resource. Um,
Yeah.
so I'll do a quick run through the lineup real quick for the people who may not be looking at the screen. We got a Brother Voodoo, 3 allies. Brother Voodoo, Jocasta, and Victor Mancha. Then we got our vents. The ones that I added was triple Desperate Defense, 2 Stand Together, which we'll talk about, 2 Taunt, and 3 What Doesn't Kill Me to keep me up and keep me healed. Then we got just Energy Genius and Strength. I find that there was maybe a version of this deck that had the power protection in it, but a lot of the cards that are in here don't actually cost 2 or more, so he's got money anyways, he'll be okay. We got 1 Avengers Mansion. Go check out Lime's video on why this card's awesome. Just put it in the deck, it's good. It's gonna pay off. If you have money, money makes more money. You got the Night Nurse in the deck. Then we got our upgrade lineup here, which is Armored Vest, Defensive Conditioning, 1 Enhanced Physique to hit the kicker on the Grasping
Well,
Tendrils more.
that's cool. It's a
Then we
nice
get
little tech.
Yeah, yeah. Because your symbiotic bond only pays for 1 of the fists, so this can pay for the second one. Also for the ready for fights that are coming up. You got 1 Excelsior, 2 Indomitable, 2 ready for a fight, got the side holster and the unflappable. So a thing that I found about myself that I really like is I also like making toolbox decks, and that's kind of what I would describe this deck as well. So I'm not exactly at 40 cards, so no, I don't want anyone to have any heart attacks for that. I'm at
Yeah,
43
this deck
cards.
it'll probably like catch on fire if you play it.
so
At 43, the friction's going to be too high.
so the whole point is like he's milling like half his deck on the first deck pass anyway, so it doesn't make any huge difference in my opinion. I did throw an Excelsior, so maybe he doesn't mill his entire deck when your guns are all at the bottom for a setup ability. But yeah, the goal of this deck is to have toolbox and to have options, right? So my whole idea is I really wanted to lean into using that resource during the villain phase. So what are ways I can use that resource? Obviously, as the Grasping Tendrils, but another way is that we have the Desperate Defense. Another way is if neither of those work, we have the Excelsior to ping some damage. Let's say you couldn't quite kill a minion or someone had a minion in front of them, just ping 2 damage on them and keep the game moving. Like you have none of your events that you want to play. Also on the hero phase, you have some really good targets for his symbiotic bond with the ready for a fight. Lets you flip down, heal off your Project Rebirth. We got the 1 cost Night Nurse. We got the 1 cost Unflappable. We got the Indomitables. We got the Armored Vest, right? The whole point of this deck. Oh, and we have the Taunts. So that's one thing that I find kind of struggle with on protection sometimes. Sometimes you just draw like really awkward hands that are like triple defense event, like I don't know, like a locked and loaded, and then it's like I don't know, unflappable. It's like hands that do nothing. And sometimes having these taunts in here, this is why I try and make these kind of toolbox-ish decks, is that you can find the output, you can find the cards that you want to see, so you can build kind of early and fast. The thing about this deck is it doesn't need a lot of building, right? You have a defensive conditioning and you're kind of fine, right? You play a gun, you play the defensive conditioning, and then you ready and you defend for 2 people a turn. You're building out money using your symbiotic bond, and then you're going down, healing up, and flipping back up to do it all over again. I think Venom it's kind of a tried and true character that you play in green. Feels very similar to Strange in that way, and kind of curious what you think about this deck list.
What I'm noticing is that it's much harder to offer suggestions on decks that are already seeming like they're going to function just fine than I was thinking it was going to be.
Okay, okay. It doesn't have to
Because
be a
like,
suggestion, right? You could just say like what you think about the deck in
okay,
general, right?
one
Like,
thing. Okay, I think it will work. Yeah, I think it'll work. one thing that I is more of like a con meta thing. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't at the con last time,
Right.
but I was adding helicarrier to all of my decks for the like build
Yeah.
support that people may or may not be bringing.
Right.
So that I was just
Yeah.
wondering, like the money begets money
Yeah.
in the game. It's like maybe just throwing in a helicarrier would help
No,
convert
that's actually a good
some of
point.
your economy to other players.
That's actually a good point. So I usually put it in every deck. I think I did think about this, and I think it can still go on this deck because what's a 44th card in a 43 card deck? I think the reason why I didn't, the reason why I didn't include it is because sometimes you're gonna be playing Venom and you mill this card early, and this is almost
Uh-huh.
always better to get off of it than Helicarrier. It's like a selfish card to get, but I mean, it's it feels kind of necessary sometimes, right? Like sometimes you're gonna be tapped out, like you defended for two people, you have to go down, and it's like what going down then gives you 6 health. Where like a helicarrier does reduce the cost of two cards, but like health on you is also resources. So it's kind of like this weird like push and pull. Um,
Mhm.
that just getting it down is like really important. So like I think I would include it anyways because I think that's a good call out because it's not every game it happens, right? Also, I didn't even talk about the stand together. I just think this is funny. If someone has like a like I have the Avengers targets in here, but all of the allies I picked are Avengers. So if I want to play this, it's funny. I did actually get to play it in a game in testing, and it was like you were fighting She-Hulk or someone that gets like extra boost cards. I was like, yeah, I'll play a protection deck into this, and it went off for like 13 on an attack. I'm like, that was fun. I mean, again, this is if I wanted to make this deck more optimal, I'm not playing Stand Together. I just think it's funny. Like, I just think it's a funny card. Um,
And
but
I
that's
guess
what the con's all
I don't
about,
know
I
if you
think.
considered this one,
Okay.
but um, whenever I'm playing a guardian and protection, I really like to use shake it off
Mm-hmm.
because it gets the tough status card after you take damage.
Right.
And unless you're playing, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna be doing like trying to get perfect defense off or not.
No.
Uh,
It's just kind of here to sometimes draw me a card, I'd say.
but yeah, I like shake it off if you wanted to add it.
So Shake It Off, that's another card I thought about, right? So initially I'm like, oh, of course I'm gonna play Shake It Off, but for my trials and tribulations, what I would say as She-Hulk
Uh-huh.
that I've done before is that getting tough statuses on characters that need to take damage is awkward sometimes. Because like if
I
something
see.
happens
Like you
and
don't
you
want to
like you
generate the resource.
yeah,
That
no,
makes
I'm
sense.
saying like in terms of you can't even generate it. Like
Yeah.
the sheet like focus rage. So like, let's say something happens and like I don't know. Usually you can use a tough instantly, especially in this deck, right? Like that's usually not a problem. I would say, and maybe I do try it because these decks aren't complete, and I've played this one a couple times and it's been fun and like it's like how I play the game, but I never even tried it, right? So maybe I tried and I'm like, oh, that was I felt really good, right? So I definitely
What
considered
is
it. It was just like sometimes you have like an awkward like let's say you're like grasping tendrils at the end and now the villain is stunned and it's like going to you and like now you can't like use your tough super effectively, but I think I could make it work. If I put it in the deck, it feels oh, so I think what I'm thinking about also is I think Hidden Base was one of the ones that I thought too, because Ready for the Fight's in here, but
that's the
I
new one, right? Where you get to
yeah,
like
yeah,
flip down and get a tough.
yeah. When you flip, I think when you flip. Oh no, is it on the flip down? I think it is on the flip down. Yeah. Um. So that's the one
Yeah,
that
no,
I.
that's a good point about shake it off. Like I don't think it's a problem to not add it when it messes with your hero resource.
Yeah, I would say like it's just kind of like I guess it's like it's not awkward. I'm just like thinking it is because I do like to go down. So like let's say I play the Shake It Off
You
before
can
I
always
go
just
down.
clear the tough off with Night Nurse if you need to generate a resource.
Oh, now we're cooking. Nah, I feel
Yeah, you didn't
so
think about
anti
that, did you?
synergy. It's like so anti. It's so it feels so bad. No, I mean no, it's true though. Like if you need the money, right? No, but I think the helicarrier is a good addition to this deck. I think I should just throw that in there because I'm the person in multiplayer who jokingly will side eye you if I clear build support and you don't put a helicarrier into play. So I should be the person I want to see at the table, and I think almost every one of my other decks has a helicarrier. I think
Oh, you have 4 recovery, right? Or is it
I
3? I
think he
can't
has
remember.
3. I think he has. Oh no, it's
3?
4. It's 4.
Yeah, I thought it was 4. Because a card that I have in my Deadpool deck that I just am a huge fan of
Okay.
is the counselor, the mental health counselor.
Oh
And
yes,
since you have
yes.
ready for a fight, that could be
Mm-hmm.
fun. I don't know
Yeah,
if you have enough mentals though.
yeah. That would be the problem. I mean, I could look at the what is it like the little stats they do, but yeah, it's my lowest
8.
besides wild.
So you'll
It's
probably
not
have
super low,
1, but it's
but
not guaranteed.
yeah. So there's definitely a problem with bloat. Like I said, if I'm making this deck more optimal and I take out the stand togethers because they are without a doubt a poor card. Yeah, I could see a Sinclair going in
But
here
the
for sure.
the Sinclair can your whole team can use it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
you are supporting the table.
so
It's
just
true.
yeah, I guess that'd be the only thing like that I think would actually make sense is just using your economy to get Helicarrier and Sinclair,
So one thing
just for vibes.
yeah, I like the helicarrier, the Sinclair. So like one thing that I find when playing multiplayer, at least for me, is that since hmm, it's struggling like between output and build out, and so Venom definitely has a bit of build out, and so it's kind of like that. Night Nurse is in here as kind of like the budget one, where it's like, do
Huh.
I need the Sinclair in here as well because I'm already playing the one cost version, which is like obviously it's not the same card, but it's like Sinclair has a utility for the status cards and she heals you for your recovery. This is status cards and heals for one. And my thought process was like, do I need to add? So it would either be, in my opinion, it would be Sinclair or Night Nurse. I probably wouldn't have both, even though I think you can easily run both and have a ton of success. And the only reason is because I'm putting in all these things that are like upgrade, 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 right? Like so he's like he has his multi guns, he has his pistols, like there's an armored vest and a defensive conditioning in here, right? There's all these cards that we can play. And so I was like, obviously there's maybe an argument that cutting the Excelsior and all these goofy cards that I put in here that I think are fun for a Sinclair is going to be better in the long run.
To
Um,
keep the goofiness, it's better.
yeah,
It's all about the goofiness.
yeah. So,
My
uh,
Deadpool deck is really goofy. I'm excited to talk
okay.
about that.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that was a good discussion on Venom. I mean, we could. You wanted to move
Yeah,
to
you're just so
aggression
good at
next?
deck building. I can't figure anything out.
No, I deck build it. I feel like my deck building can be an acquired taste. I think some of my other ones that I have coming next are a bit more tame. They're a bit more like
Yeah.
okay, they're a bit more in line. I think. You want to move to aggression next,
Also, it's kind
or
of like a threshold with decks of like after it like functions, it's like I don't know. You could make things better, but you could also just like not,
okay,
and
okay,
it's fine cause like as long as it functions, it's fun. Then like you no need to like change it too much.
true, yeah. All right, we can go ahead and move on. I agree with that as well. That's kind of like you don't see me playing Nick Fury in a lot of my decks anymore. I'm not hating on anyone who does, but
I
uh,
think I have him in 2 of my 5, so that's pretty good for me.
I have him in my Adam Warlock deck, and it's because he needs to build. Right, he's a guy that helps you build. So
Yeah.
he's very good at that. So in heroes that really need to build, he's in there. Like trust me, I got his use cases. I don't know. I don't need to throw him in the Venom deck. All right, we can move to the next one. Do you want to talk? I guess we could just
Oh,
go
yeah, this
red
works
and
because
red.
this is
Oh,
a
these kind of
character
fit,
where
yeah.
I threw in Nick Fury because he has a low hand size but a resource generator, and I'm like, the only thing limiting him is not actually seeing his cards.
Yeah.
So,
All
yeah.
right, we'll start on your Hercules build here. So I love Hercules in red. I'll tell you a quick side note. I think he's awesome. I think it helps him clear a lot of his labors. And let's get into it. I'll do the card by card for you real quick and let you talk about it. So we're looking here at the 4 allies here. In addition to Amadeus, we have Hulk, Core Box Hulk, Ironheart, and Nick Fury. So we got a bit of draw engine and cycling, which is very good for a character with lower hand size. Going into the events, the ones we have added is one, chase them down. I love this toolbox, the one of, big fan. Triple limitless stamina, double moment of triumph, and then 3 toe to toe. I love toe to toe. Then for our player side schemes, we have both keep them busy and keep up the pressure. Moving on to our energy genius strength as resources. Not opting for the red doubles, which I think is correct. You'll find Hercules gets clogged with cards later in the game, and you don't really want to see those because he's rich. We got an Avengers Mansion, as always, put in every deck. We got the Hall of Heroes, we got Helicarrier. And on the upgrades, we got an aggressive conditioning, Battle Fury, Blood Rage, and 2 combat trainings. All right, why don't you talk
Yeah.
about this deck? What you think of Hercules and yeah, anything in between?
Yeah, so the game plan is simple. It's just finish my labors really fast and then hit things, which is a pretty standard Hercules plan.
Right.
So like his deck space is sort of like he has like the like extended hero kit symptom that other characters have where it
Hmm.
doesn't you feel like you always, or at least I feel like I always play limitless stamina with characters that have 14 health or more. So
Always.
like that's just in there because it's really good and he has high stats. And then sort of the core of the deck is built around this finishing his labors.
Hmm.
And the reason, so I wanted to upgrade his attack because um you can ready with limitless stamina and Son of Zeus readies him. So just throwing in aggressive conditioning and combat training to upgrade his attack since I'm going to be readying was
Hmm.
good. Um, Also, the keep them busy has assault, which that would probably make sense to talk about later though. Uh,
Yeah.
so upgrade his attack, ready, finish his labors really fast, and so defeating the Hydra with aggression is going to be pretty easy because um, it's he already has 3 attacks. So like if I just ready, it has +6 hit points, but with aggression, it shouldn't be that bad to take out the minion.
Hmm.
Um, and toe to toe is really good for that just because it's a really cheap source of 5 damage and he's tanky enough to live through getting attacked by a minion pretty easily. Um, but
Yeah.
then the other reason that I opted for toe to toe was because his protect humanity one, it you have that's the one that he can get hung up on the easiest because it says that when the villain would attack Hercules, you choose one of your allies, and the villain attacks that ally instead. Um,
Right.
and after that attack resolves, if you defended, you remove a labor counter. And uh, he can run into 2 problems on that. It grabs Amadeus Cho for you, which is nice.
Hmm.
But then if Amadeus Cho is defeated and you don't have any other allies in the deck, you're kind of screwed. Which
Right.
the original version of the deck I made didn't have allies, and then Paulina looked at that and she was like, "Don't you need extra allies?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right." And then I added in allies
Right.
because like I was trying to be like just I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be like a super strong deck or not, so I was avoiding allies at the time. But
Hmm.
then because of that, I wanted to add allies. So then Hulk I think is a fun target for that ally because he has 5 health. So there's a chance that Hulk, even if he takes the attack and I can't defend for some reason, that he lives through the attack, which I
Hmm.
liked that. And then the other 2 allies, since he has 4 hand size, uh, you can run into dead hands or just not see what you need. And since he's a triple resource generator, eventually with his resource card, it's like,
Hmm.
you know, just getting card draw gets him past his limit, which is why Ironheart, Nick Fury, and Avengers Mansion made it here for the card draw. Um, and protect humanity. So I need a few more allies to finish that, and then I can cause toe to toe to attack me, which then causes it to attack the ally, and then I can defend for that, which can be good. And also if I get my what is it is it the helm? Yeah, the helm.
Yeah.
When the villain attacks, you can exhaust his helm to reduce the amount of damage it deals by 1. That counts as a defense, so you can trigger your protect humanity off of that as well. So that's
Right.
the idea of finishing the labors, of just buff your attack, use toe to toe because it works for 2 of your labors well, and then the rest of the deck is just kind of like flavor to it of Like Moment of Triumph, I just really like that when I'm playing a high damage hero, especially when I don't like need to flip down as much. In
Mm-hmm.
multiplayer, it won't matter as much, but just since I can overkill a minion pretty easily with this deck, with how high his attack will be, uh, healing off of that, like healing four is just a big deal. So any source of healing is pretty good
Mm-hmm.
when you can make use of it. And then I figured since it's going to be a lot of 4-player games, Hall of Heroes will be really easy to stack. Like I don't have to do anything special. There'll just be minions around for me to defeat. So I can just,
Mm-hmm.
draw a bunch of cards off of Hall of Heroes when I do that. Um, and then Battle Fury and Blood Rage are just cards that I haven't used that much that fit here because, you know, after he defeats an enemy with a basic attack, I'm going to be doing that with all the minions since I'm the aggression player.
Mm-hmm.
And taking a damage doesn't really matter that much. It's another card draw. So, yeah, it was just those cards kind of slotted in as like just choices that sounded nice at the time. And the side schemes are like the side schemes in Helicarrier are con specific. Helicarrier
Mm-hmm.
because of just the if I have a dead hand, giving someone else a Helicarrier in 4-player can like at least cause something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And for the build support people, it's nice. And then keep them busy. I didn't build any thwarting into the deck because I was just playing aggression and just doing damage. But since this uses assault, I can convert my high damage into 20 threat for the table, which the aggression player being able to help with 20 thwarting
Mm-hmm.
is just like a huge in 3 and 4 player because sometimes you don't expect anything at all. So like I really really like that scheme for aggression in 3 and 4 player, and keep up the pressure is just like invaluable for ending games.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
it's just so ridiculously broken, like at like every player count, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because sometimes, especially multiple like 4-player games, can take absolutely forever. So just keep up the pressure, uh, to let everyone grab their attack event and have it do damage. All the attack events that phase deal more damage. It's just like really solid. Um,
Yeah.
that's the rundown.
Yeah, I think I really do like this. Like I think there are cards in here that I would never think of using. Keep them busy is something where it's like this feels like a very altruistic inclusion. If I was Herc, I just don't put this card in because it bricks my hand and it doesn't help me clear my labor. Like that's like
Yeah.
how I would view it. But no, I mean it makes sense because it does have assault on it, which means once you get your attack up to like 5, I mean that's like 2 if you can ready twice. Like I mean, it's only 2 left on it. Anyone can do that, and then you take like 20 off the. I guess it's off the main, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely solid, especially if you guys are like teetering at the edge of the first main
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
So
chase them down and a limitless stamina finishes it.
right. Oh, there you go. Right. Yeah.
I wasn't actually thinking about that. I just have chased them down in here because I didn't know what else to add at the time.
So yeah, I think it's funny, and I think it'll work better than you think it will. One thing I have a question on is Moment of Triumph. So I find when I sit down with Hercules players, their health is usually a big resource for them when they are protecting humanity. But past that, it's never a problem because of which is the card? It's this one. The Prince of Power. After he defeats an enemy, he heals 1 for each excess damage he dealt. So they just
Uh-huh.
like they have like no health and then they hit 1 minion on the board and like overkill it by like the mace gives him what like 4 attack or whatever, 3 attack. So he's at what like 7 attack and the minion has like 1 health left. He just heals for 6. Like usually that's like good enough to where like maybe a card like this doesn't need to be in the deck. I'm not saying you should take it out, but I'm just saying like maybe you find that it's like a lot of healing. I love toe to toe. I think this card is so awesome in red. It fixes basically every problem he has. Uh, like you said, like you already said it. It helps with protect humanity. It helps with defeating the Hydra. And also one thing, as you saw, I was kind of doing some searching. The Hydra is probably like one of his worst hits off of defeat the Hydra, but in multiplayer you can pick anyone's nemesis and anyone's
Yeah, I'll
nemesis
be
set.
just
So you can just
trifling through everyone's cards.
grab Morbius, which like I mean he doesn't do anything, right? It's way better than the Hydra who heals every time you hit him, right? You just grab this guy and you beat him up. Like it's not hard. He's a creature. He's not elite. He's got 6 HP. That's every single condition you need for
There's a rules
defeating the
question
Hydra.
that I've been thinking because I do think there's a chance that I would overheal with it, but I was
Hmm.
thinking that with toe to toe causing me to take damage sometimes, and then I think that when I
Oh,
use my helm to defend, like technically I'm gonna be attacked. So if I
right.
defend for another player, I take the damage from the attack, and I felt like if I did that enough that I might have health problems, but I don't actually know if that's true before playing it.
Yeah, no, I think if you're being very altruistic with your helmet, then yeah, you'll definitely take damage. It's just one of those things with like the 14 HP heroes. It's like you hit like one minion with these, and it's like it feels like you're good to go for the rest of the game. He gets his tufts from the Son of Zeus, so like you're never even
Uh-huh.
taking villain attacks for the most part after a certain point, and it's like just feels really, I don't know. It's just every time I've seen him, I just see this guy played. It's just like he's always at max HP at the end of the game, and he's like dealing like 15 damage a turn on a low end, and it's just like, yeah, man. Like once he gets built out, he is going right. Like he gets going. No, I like the deck. I think my only maybe suggestions.
Yeah.
You already got the con meta. I love the Helicarriers and all the decks and
Yeah.
kind of the idea behind it. Honestly, I think this has room for like your favorite card unless it's already in the Deadpool deck. I think Relentless Assault does a lot in this deck. It gives him a red card to spend his Olympus money on. You get your counters
Yeah,
for
that's
Hall
a
of
good point.
Heroes. Helps you with your defeat
I
the
can
Hydra
bring
side scheme.
Relentless Assault, and if Moment of Triumph fails me, switch it out.
Well, I'm saying even Relentless Assault can combo with the Moment of Triumph. Like if you want to keep it in the deck, that would be a reason because now you're doing the overkill on the minion and you're healing, right? That's kind of like the
Hmm.
idea. So that could be interesting. So maybe that's a reason to keep Moment of Triumph. I don't know. I was like, Relentless Assault, this feels like a perfect deck for that card, right? Maybe not 3 copies, but maybe one or two. I'm getting you into the toolboxing. You got one, 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 one. Like, no, not to that extent, but maybe it's something
Yeah,
to
I
consider.
agree that Moment of Triumph is not necessarily it. Out of all the cards to cut from it, and switch with something else that does make sense. Relentless Assault is one of my favorite cards ever. You may have swayed me.
I love Relentless Assault. It's in like 3 of my decks as well. You can see it in
Yeah,
one right here on the
I
right.
think I think you've made your case, and I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's always room for yeah, but I don't have much else to say about Hercules. He's not a hero that I find myself returning to or clicking with super well because I feel
If you
like
click refresh, you'll see this gloriously updated deck that's has no issues anymore at all.
I feel like in my mind's eye I can like feel out a Hercules game.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
you
no,
gotta
I
click
think
it
I have to
again.
refresh the
Yeah,
cache
yeah, you
maybe.
gotta, because I had just changed this, so the change
Oh,
hadn't gone
okay.
through. Now the list is perfect.
Okay. I'm waiting. Let me see. It's for some reason Marvel CDB. I think I have to refresh the cache. It keeps saying version 4. I forget how do you do like a hard reset? I always forget.
Uh, I
Unfortunate.
don't
I don't know.
remember. I only had remember doing it when I had to play like the online Yu-Gi-Oh like dueling book
All
or
right,
whatever.
let's open it in a private tab. There we go. Ah, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Now for all the visual
Perfect.
viewers, you can see it
The
in
two
all of its
relentless
glory.
assault instead of the moment of triumph. Yeah, no, I think Hercules is awesome, and I think that my only consideration, honestly, it's not even like a deck building thing. It's like make sure you're not sitting at a table where you have like a Maria Hill and an Ironheart, because then y'all are gonna run into some problem. Maybe take
Yeah,
the absorbing man out for that game.
yeah. I'm gonna assess the situation.
Oh, that's a card. Yeah, that's a card that
Yeah, assess the
people.
situation with each of my
I'm
aspects.
not gonna go into a tangent, but I don't like assess situation. There's decks that I played and it feels good, and I'm like, damn, like this is a really good card. It's just like conceptually, I'm like, no, like I don't want to play this card. Like I should just be spending my hands better, is what I feel like. Like I conceptually, like I don't want to play this card, and like I know that it just gives you the card later, right? Like you're not actually losing anything by playing it, but I don't know. It's never a card I could get behind. Never a
I
card I could get
uh
behind.
I think that you have to have like if you want it to be like optimal in quotes,
Yeah.
I think you have to have another reason to include it other than just it being there.
Yeah.
It's like I like it in like in characters where I'm like really really digging for their stuff and
Hmm.
like and want mental resources. Like I think Ironheart's a good example where it works well
Oh yeah, for sure.
because she can spend the mental to get a progress counter and then also just dig for her important cards like her own resource card and whatnot.
Hmm. Yeah, no, makes sense. Yeah, for me, it's just like I don't know. Like people always recommend this, like put it in a four-hander and you get like a five hand size and it fixes your awkward hands. Man, maybe I'm like the best She-Hulk player in the world or something. I never have a floating card on that character. I spend my hand every single turn. Like it's I don't
I've
know.
never successfully gamma slammed, so it's possible
That's
that you're the
great.
GOAT.
I gotta let you bub my deck. I'm telling you, maybe if I like play it for like half the game or
Gaussian
I
Smig,
shuffle
I
it for
played
you.
his deck and lost to Rhino
No, no, no.
on
Like
stream a
you
long
need to
time ago.
use my cards. That's what I'm saying because I'm
Yeah, the
telling you,
blessed cards that
I've
has the heart
played
of the
it. I
cards.
played it like two or three times recently as I was testing these decks, and every single time, maybe it's because like I know when it's coming or like I know what the turns to use my health as a resource. Every single game. It's always a 14 HP, 15 HP Gamma Slam. It happens every game. Like I know when it's coming up. Maybe I play the game in a way to make it happen, or I
You're like
don't
Phil
know. It's like
Collins.
yeah, I know when it's coming, and it's awesome every single time. uh oh, okay. I just got what you said. Nice. Yeah. True. Yeah. True. 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 No. I like Hercules. Is there
The
anything else you
Tiger
want
deck
to?
is looking saucy.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add before we move to this Tiger deck over here?
Uh, no. It's simple. I
Okay.
think it'll work.
So
That's all.
yeah.
That's all
No.
I got to say
No. I
about
love Herc and Red.
Hercules.
It's cool. All right, we'll move on to Tiger. So we got someone else that kind of minion summoning, kind of wanting minions, dealing with minions, but kind of in a different way. You know, Tigra, she gets her hunted, she puts the minions in front of her, and she snowballs the game because she draws 8 cards a turn. Yeah, it's awesome. It's cool and it's a fun like kind of who doesn't love drawing cards. So I don't actually know if there's going to be a lot of current decks firing or any current games firing. I highly doubt it. I think I will probably play one, even less than one, probably zero, but I wanted to bring a current deck anyways, just to show kind of like the game can be fun and like you can do fun things in the current environment. This is that example. We got a Tiger deck. We're at 45 cards again. Clutch your pearls or whatever you need to do. There's a reason. There's a real statistical reason behind why this deck specifically should not be 40, and I'll get into that in a second. So we're looking at our allies again. We're four allies, right? We're like twinning on these two red decks here. Hulk, Iron Lad, and Swordsman are my
We
inclusions.
even have an iron, but of a different variation.
Oh, look at
And maybe
that! Wow,
Swordsman is why
the
Nick
Nick
Fury
Fury.
lost his eye.
Oh my gosh, look at that! It's thematic,
Yeah.
right? Then we got the three copies. Move on to the events. We got the three copies of Bring It. We've got one copy of Face the Past. I love this card. If I could put this in every deck, I probably would. We got two copies of Relentless Assault, three copies of Savage Strike. For our resources, we're on Energy Genius Strength and the double power of aggression. For our supports, we got a little bit of a toolbox, the 2/2 of Air Cover and Target Spotter, along with the core box Goats, the Avengers Mansion and Helicarrier. For our upgrades, we are looking at an aggressive conditioning, aggressive stance, blood rage, combat training, two copies of suppressing fire, and the funny one, we got the one copy of tenacity. So that is my deck. Let me talk about the numbers real quick. So Tiger is not a complex hero. You want to get your hundreds, you want minions in front of you, and you want to KO them for value. The problem is there's no Hall of Heroes in the current environment. So how do we find value? Where is our value at? Well, air covers in here so we can throw. Oh, I don't have the overkill one actually. Her claws is the one who gives her the overkill. That's what I meant. So you get value because you got the Savage Strike here, and the claws can give her overkill on the attack. So once the minions have lost their tough status cards and whatever they need, and you need to KO them for value, you hit them with the Savage Strike, you overkill them with your claws, you ready up, and you do it all over again. Then you hit the villain, or maybe you do something else, go down and recover, right? You got the air cover in here to find the suppressing fire, because I find Tigra, when she's not in protection, she can find some health issues, especially if you get like an odd off turn like gang up, or like her obligation, where all the little weenie minions you're putting in front of you actually fight back for once. So the suppressing fire is something you can find off the air cover once you don't want to find another hunted or something like that. to get your HP up higher. We got 2 copies of Target Spotter because, like Lime kind of figured out, you're going to see a lot of minions in multiplayer. And so, what better way than to get the minions, get them away from other players, and get them in front of you so you can draw cards? It seems like a selfless act, but it's actually very selfish if you think about it for more than a second. And then we got funny cards here. We got the aggressive stance, which can find your tooth and claws that'll play for 0 for a lot of the times in the game. I'd say a lot of the times, usually 2 or 1, but sometimes you get them to play for 0. And it's just not complex, right? We got the Blood Rage, we draw some cards. We got like stuff to buff our basic attack stat so that our sharp claws go off. And tenacity here because there's gonna be a lot of games you're gonna get hit by a random stun, you're gonna get hit by exhaustion, and your whole turn is gonna feel very, very sad. And the tenacity is gonna come in, like an angel from the heavens, and making your turn stat much better because you can ready up on a whim. There might be questions on why am I not playing spoiling for a fight, and maybe that's a video for itself that we're not going to get into, but I think minion summoning in a character that has this much minion control is a gigantic trap. You should not be playing, should not be playing spoiling for a fight in this deck. There's no reason to play the tenacity. She has the money to pay for it. Also, the triple bring it draws cards for all the minions. That's also why I'm at 45 cards, because if I'm at 40, it unironically raises the chances of getting unplayable hands by getting like 2 or 3 bring its in it. So as we have more cards that we want to see of equal value, it makes more sense to be above 40. That's my long-winded Tigra explanation.
Yeah, Tigra, I haven't. I'm still confused on how strong I think she is, because I remember I played her precon and was like, oh no, this is awful. And then I played around with some different aspects, and I really like that Justice deck, but I haven't played her in multiplayer with Red yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see how this works out.
Yeah, I actually did get a multiplayer.
I really like the Target Spotter.
Yeah.
Target Spotter makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Because because I don't know how many. There's two target counters per one. I'm thinking about the 40 card thing. Like you don't want to have dead hands with like 3 copies of Bring It.
Right.
But are you also not worrying about playing like her specific cards as much? Or are you just planning on power drawing like through them?
Yeah, what I would say is that you get to kind of like, it feels like at a point in the game where you have every answer you could possibly need. So what I think that is that even if you're not finding your tooth and claw, you usually, these relentless assaults, these savage strikes, like these cards are constantly firing. And so once you go through a deck pass, right, and you have all your like upgrades down, it feels like seeing the Bring It's is actually like Bring It's earlier in the game are kind of usually lower value because you don't have like your really good engine running, right? Like you have like 1 or 2 minions in front of you, the Target Spotter, right? So like early game you only have like 1 minion, right? Or maybe even 0 minions. Maybe you didn't play the Hunted, you needed it for like tempo or something. They feel really bad early, and so they're resources. But now once you've done a deck pass and the engine is running, right? You have all your upgrades down and your deck is thin. Now these Bring It's are actually finding you these like feline senses, this tooth and claw, right? Like these cards you want to play. That's kind of my thought process behind it.
So it's like going for like max strength second deck pass by having 3 Bring It's on the second deck pass. Yes. Instead of cutting down to 40 and only running like 2 Bring It's.
Yeah, because then my thing is that she can consistently hit that second deck pass. She can consistently get her engine running. The only way she doesn't is like if you're in a hero side hand and it's like you have 1 minion in front of you and you like draw into like double Bring It feline senses. Like there's like so many awkward hands that you can be produced by like having lower card count. It's like having these options and getting this engine running. I found that in like the 2 games I played with it, it happens pretty often. Like
and the tenacity.
What's
this saucy tenacity tech?
Yeah, I explained it because it's like we're in current environment, so my options for readies are so limited, right? Like I think there is a ready in the card pool. I think Battle Fury, right? Yeah, after you attack and defeat a minion, you ready your hero. This is not a card I can play. If I could play it in current, it'd be in the deck. So because it's not in the current environment, I'm like, how do I get it ready? I'm not playing spoiling for a fight. That's a super omega trap. I'm gonna be causing a ton of problems on the table. It's not gonna feel good. It feels really bad in Tiger specifically because she has so much control over the minions with this hunted card, which is crazy. That like what's it called? That it's just like it just doesn't it's not worth playing in my opinion. Like tenacity, because you have kind of like your cat's head amulet down and you have like ways to get cards and you draw cards with the minions in front of you. This is like it's not like that big of a the hit for her. And the fact that you can set it on the table whenever you really need that ready. Like sometimes you'll have an awkward hand, but it's like if I draw into my like relentless assaults, right? Like or my tooth and claws or something. Like I can ready after defending in the villain phase. Then my turn's still up because then I can like overkill a different hunted minion, ready again, and like do all these things. But on those awkward turns where maybe you find like a savage strike after you're tapped, this is what comes in and saves you, right? The tenacity that you put down a turn before, or maybe it's in your hand the turn of, you got like a random exhaustion or something. It really does. It feels like it goes a long way. Also, we also have a kind of like interesting stuff here. Like these are kind of in here. From I won't lie, they're blocking for your HP. But I do like Swordsman in this deck specifically because he helps you when your minions decide to gang up on you. So what I mean by that is like Swordsman. Let's say you hit a gang up and you have your minions in front of you. Like I don't know if we're playing standard 1 or 3. It doesn't super matter. But we're talking like standard 1. Swordsman, he defends kind of like he could defend like a minion activation. Let's say you couldn't clear the turn before. Then he also defends like the villain for you because he doesn't have to exhaust defend on his response. It's a kind of interesting. He also can fire with like the Iron Lad and stuff like that, but I don't know. Uh, I think the deck has worked fun and it does progress the game state in a way that I think is super interesting and it's really strong. I think Tigra, you were talking about a bit specifically where we think her power level. I think it's definitely scenario dependent, but on some of the scenarios, there's a lot of scenarios with really easy minions, and it just feels like she crushes it. Like it's really hard to get her to stop her from snowballing.
Yeah. The are you willing to push the deck past 45 cards?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm already I'm already there. Right, I don't have any qualms.
Just because I'm wondering if I really like maybe more of this is more of a side deck thing, but if you have like extra copies of combat training and aggressive conditioning,
Mm,
so it's really fun. Like you could throw those in at like a 2 of
right.
to give to someone else,
Or to even
which
like
is
see it
cool.
more consistently. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think another card is like I was talking about your yellow jacket placement. I think yellow jacket goes crazy in this deck, but that actually I should just
Yeah, there are.
include
It
it. I
would be
don't
more consistent with 15 upgrades. That's
actually
certain.
I did just realize why did I not put yellow jacket? And I think the reason is there's so many one copy allies that I didn't want to just put them in every deck. So I think yellow jacket I want him in She-Hulk and I want him in Wonder Man and I also want him in this deck. So yeah, he's getting some
Yeah, I did
playtime
a
for
little
sure.
compromising between my deck lists too, with like Deadpool and Doctor Strange since they're both protection.
Right.
I um I think I have to just wait and see for this one because I haven't played the current environment aggression multiplayer Tigra yet. So
Yeah.
maybe we can get a game in. You can play Tigra and I'll play Doctor Strange and cancel gang up for you.
Oh, there we go. See, that's how we cook. And you get me a tough, so I don't ever have to worry about defending. That's the thing that I think
Yeah.
was super fun with her. What people don't, maybe it's not that people don't realize, but Green has really hard getting output with all her card draw, just because like it doesn't have a ton of output on the player phase, other than like the
Oh.
Army of One card that got revealed. But Aggression has output on the player phase, so like even and her survivability is good because 3 defense is like really broken. I've come around to this idea kind of later on in my experience with this game. Having 3 in any stat is like really strong, and like having 3 in defense is very good. I think like having 3 in attack is maybe the weakest. Hot take. I love having 3 in defense. I think it's like really good.
I I think 3 and thwart is definitely strongest.
For sure, for sure.
And
I'm
I
not gonna
don't know
argue
about
that.
attack and defense. Like I wouldn't argue over defense being stronger than attack either. Because attack is like the difference between 2 and 3 attack. I feel like isn't as noticeable as the difference between 2 and 3 thwart because of the like number tends to be 3
In
on side
yeah,
schemes.
mm-hmm. In sets
And
of
then 3
three.
defense, like I feel like it'll be the situation like if I say that 3 attack is better, and when I die by 1 health because I have 2 defense, then
That's
lose the game.
exactly the reason. See, that's exactly the reason. The thing about three defense, how I think about it is three attacks, three attack can win you games given enough readies, but three defense stops you from losing games so much more often than you think. In my opinion, it feels like it's like always like it's a game of inches with your HP, and it's like that one extra HP. It's sometimes that's all you need, man. Like, uh,
Oh, I
it's
might
it
you
really
just inspired me to bring Nightcrawler. Because like I'm a Nightcrawler believer,
yeah.
and he has the objectively superior with no questions asked 213. The great coveted 213
No,
stat line.
that stat line. Is there any other hero in the game that has that? I love
I
Nightcrawler's
don't think
stat line.
so.
I think it's really unique and fun. I think it's awesome. I think 213 is really cool. Um,
Yeah, and
yeah, I
then
don't
the air cover, okay, so from a critical point of view, the
right.
air cover was seeming a little bit dubious to me.
Okay,
And
my
I want to get your thoughts on it more. Like, is it just to search out suppressing fire?
yes. It's because you sometimes you do take damage. So I like to talk about Tiger has great survivability. It's twofold. It's kind of money begets more money. So for example, I play this when I go in my alter ego. So I play this card and then I flip up and I play my hunted in hero form. Now this fires immediately. So like it's kind of like money gets more money, and now I still have it up for next turn, right? Like I have it up for next turn to find another suppressing fire. So I just throw these two upgrades on the minion, and like let's say I get a gang up or something, or I take like a villain attack to the face. When I knock out that minion the next turn, it's giving me that HP back, which lets me stay up, which lets me draw more cards, which lets me like do all these things. That's like kind of the idea behind it. Um, it's just a card that like pays for itself kind of like immediately. I guess it's kind of like assess the situation in a way, but like it can pay for itself. Either you use it as a resource or as HP, and that's why I said I kind of have been leaning towards this kind of toolbox idea where um, sometimes I'll need the HP and sometimes I'll need the resource, and I love that it can be both. That's kind of where I
I
fall,
see.
I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I have to just take the wait and see deck with this one because I'm more just curious than anything.
yeah, it's kind of like a
My
resource.
curiosity killed the
It,
cat,
but I would say
so we'll see.
it kind of serves this purpose. I think if I'm talking myself into it, it's like money gets you more money. It's almost like it's a resource generator because of how much control she has of putting minions into play. That's kind of how I think about it. It's like a delayed resource generator. It's obviously not something like what's it called? It's not like a web shooters where you actually go positive playing it. This card just goes even, but uh,
Wait,
it
I think I'm confused. Like, do you, but it can't search hunted, right? Because
no, yeah, no, you're never searching hunted, right? You're searching the suppressing fire. When I say it's a resource generator, it's because it's like it's a card you pay two and it gives you two cards. Like that's like
oh,
it's
I
not
see.
actually going negative, but it's like so like at worst it's paying you back and you're using it to pay for different cards. But at best it's healing you for four and it's letting you stay up and draw like a 7 card hand or an 8 card
Okay,
hand. That's how I think
I
about it.
understand. I'm understanding now.
Yeah. It just helps you stay up. That's what
It's
I would
funny with
think.
your assess the situation slander into your air cover support.
Well, it's because
Uh,
assess the situation doesn't say you can heal to. It just says you draw the card that you put in. So
yeah, but
that's my
you
distinction.
know, what if the one extra card allows you
It
to play an entire extra
yeah.
card?
What if the one extra card is second win? That's what you should be telling me, and I'd be like, oh, I get it. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. I think I'd say that my deck building is not for the faint of heart sometimes. This is definitely one of those ones that it looks really odd, and I'm telling you, maybe it's because Tiger's really strong and it makes up for this really bad deck. That could be a possibility. I'm not discounting it, but no, I the fact that I put the tenacity in thinking it wouldn't fire and it fired both games I played it, I was like, yeah, man, maybe I was cooking something here. Like, I don't know. It felt
Especially in current
really
environment.
good.
I don't think tenacity is that bad. Like I used it on current Shuri aggression, and it worked.
Oh, I love Shuri and Red. That's gonna get me in a tangent. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I think we talked about these decks sufficiently. I think. Yeah, this is a wait and see. Maybe we will do a current game, and you'll
Yeah,
see.
I'd
Maybe I
like to.
crash and
So far,
burn,
I'd like to
or
see this one if we get a game in.
I mean, I'm sure we will get a game in for sure, for sure. All right, move to the next one. We're on to
Oh yeah,
leadership here. So I think okay,
yeah.
I
We're
was
both
kind of
being
worried.
very creative with these.
I was kind of worried about runtime, and I had the same impression. I'm like, I don't think there's a ton to say on these two decks, but I'll go through it anyway. So we'll
How about we
start with
just do
you.
the greatest hits of the deck, like the
Okay,
special
okay.
sauce?
All right, yeah, let's do that. So on the left, I will explain it for the people who are listening to this. I won't go card by card. We have what I could call super optimal Blaze of Glory Starlord Leadership. You know what this deck does. It plays what could go wrong. It gets encounter cards. It gets huge, allies that like activate for 1 billion. Starlord activates for 1 billion, and you like burst a villain in one villain phase. On the right, we got She-Hulk Avenged, and this is Avengers Assemble. We got Black Panther. We got the Mighty Avengers. We got Readies. We got like getting plus to our stats. We got Avenge Beast to get my 4 card hand into a 6 card hand because I'm blocking with the allies anyway. And I am building out to do big Avengers Assemble and Gamma Slam nonsense. This is really fitting that we picked these for our blue ones. I feel like this is kind of a hero you
Yeah,
have a lot of
our
fondness
damage decks
for.
instead of
And
the.
yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, talk about it. What is kind of the greatest hits? What's some of the sauce you have? I see a couple of saucy cards in here, but I'll let you take it. What do you think is kind
Yeah,
of
so
the claim to fame?
I'm planning. I'm not gonna play this every game. I'm just gonna like what I'm gonna. Yeah, you pointed out one of them. Uh,
Visual
but
only, visual
I'm planning
viewers
on
only.
playing this deck if my team's like short on damage, or if like we just don't have very high damage characters, or like
Right.
we're playing like Justice Protection, and then like or some other deck that just can't really push damage. I'm like, okay, that's the time to bring this out. And yeah, it's the classic Blaze of Glory thing. Some of the cards that are a little more uh, unique in it, I would say, are yeah, like that one. So like Hugin and Munin is a new card where I'm planning on using this for the final pushes because
Hmm.
he'll become a guardian, which is nice. All they are, all of them become guardians. He gets to at the end of the game, a minion doesn't really matter unless it has guard.
Right.
So this deck is really about the last turn, and
Hmm.
I literally do not care about what minion it is as long as it doesn't have guard because I just put it into play and I ready a character I control for each icon. So if it's like 2 or 3 icons on your Blaze of Glory turn, that's
Hmm.
like you play Hugin and Munin, he attacks for 3, or the birds attack for 3 damage, and then you can ready 2 to 3 characters, and then like Starlord will be attacking for 4, another
Hmm.
character will be attacking for like 4. So if you get a good one, it's gonna be like uh what was that, 4/4/3. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like 11 damage off of playing that ally, which is just pretty solid. I like the ready off of it, and then I really like X23 with Starlord because on the Blaze of Glory turns, especially when she has 5 attack and when she defeats an enemy, you ready her.
Hmm.
Uh, you can Blaze of Glory like in the middle of the game too, and even just a smaller one. She can just wipe out all the minions, which
Yeah.
is really nice. She's a really solid mid game card, and then she has 3 attack for the end, which is cool. Black Panther is really consistent because you can store Blaze of Glory underneath him, and then just
So
use
good.
it on the
So
last
good.
push. Yeah, that goes crazy mode if it. I see you have it too for Avengers Assemble.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah,
Great minds
and
think
then
alike, is what I say.
yeah, and then Um, IPAC is the sauce. For
Hmm.
people who aren't aware, because this is a kind of niche card, it's a 1 cost IPAC one cost support that says play only if you have the X-Force trait, and you can exhaust IPAC and deal a face down counter card to a player, and that player draws 2 cards. I can't play it because I'm not an X-Men character, but build support can cheat it in. And if anyone else brings build support, I can choose this one. And I just love the idea of Star-Lord dealing himself a face down counter card so that he can draw 2 cards. It's just like, oh no, what a face down counter card. Whatever am I going to do with my 2 extra cards when I'm
Yeah,
just pushing a Blaze of Glory
what am
thing?
I gonna do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty standard. And then in solo, I don't play all the resource generators. I just have nowhere.
Mhm.
But in multiplayer, throwing in Mansion and Helicarrier, because it's going to be a little bit slower pace, can just help
Mhm.
with getting that like huge damage. Like this deck, if things line up, um, if things line up well, it can do like 100 damage. And if
Mhm.
things line up bad, it does like 50 to 60 damage
Yeah, yeah.
in one turn. So it's like it's likely going to be around like just like 70 to 80 damage, just like whenever the team needs it, which is like almost a full villain side,
Mhm.
which is nice.
Yeah. I think this deck's awesome. I love playing Starlord in blue. It's tried and true, like you said, and I do like the sauce. IPAC's awesome. I like Hubigita Moon, and we were talking about Laffy earlier, and that Laffy dude, he readies 4 of your guys if you find him off Hugin and Moon. And so maybe we do need
Maybe
to
I should
play some
bring that
Frost
mod set.
Giants. Yeah, yeah. Slip it in there. Just put Laffy in only, right? Just only in the encounter deck. You don't need the rest of the mod set. No, I mean this is classic. And I think something that people, are you ready for like maybe the winces at the table when they see Starlight? I think people don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm gonna lead by saying, well, I have Star Lord, Deadpool, or Doctor
know.
Strange, and you have to choose.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna get some reactions for sure. No, I think people don't. I don't know how you play Starlight. I don't know if you're a person who takes an encounter card every turn, but I think a lot of people really like they kind of have a stigma, and it makes sense why. I'm sure there's been like games where someone's played Starlord and maybe they've taken encounter card every turn and had no output, but Starlord in blue, he doesn't even need to like early game. I like that you mentioned the mid game because like the phases of the game are important. Like early game seems like really obvious. You want to be playing Maria Hill, building resources, building your stuff. Mid game, you have a couple of your allies down. You got an X-23. You can even play, like you said, a Blaze of Glory early, and she just starts going crazy, right? Like you're clearing minions, you're thwarting, your face is thorning. Like maybe maybe you even have the leader of the Guardians down. A couple of these like low cost allies that are like thwarting for like 4 now. Like it's
Yeah, I want to look it up. I'll look it up while you're chatting, but there's a
yeah.
funny anecdote
Oh, okay,
with this
okay.
deck.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so like I would say that it's really cool. I think the only thing, like I said, you're a Star Lord aficionado. I'm not gonna be one to presume I know more. The one thing would be my only consideration that could make the turns even more funny. I don't know where this slots in, or if it could. The Cyclops ally. He makes your
Hmm.
turns kind of crazy. And the one thing I wanted to
That
also
absolutely could
notice
work. Yeah.
one thing I also wanted to notice because it also helps the whole table, right? So if you're pushing like crazy style and like you just didn't get there, sometimes on the low end of like 50 damage, well, Cyclops probably made it like 60 now, but on kind of one of those low end turns that the other
Yeah,
other
the
people at
low
the
end of
table
50
go,
damage.
yeah, um, yeah. I don't know. The deck is gonna flow. You're gonna draw cards. You're gonna ready. You're gonna get your events. Like it's gonna be fine, right? I think it's gonna be a lot of fun too. Um, yeah, I don't know. Not much else to add. I think on that front,
Yeah,
Starlord
the
is
funny
fun.
thing is I tested this deck against against Collector 2,
Okay.
and I was pairing it with Groot, and the Groot
Mm.
deck I was testing at the time, it was for the like deck for every hero thing I did.
Hmm.
The Groot deck sucked at the time, and Groot did absolutely nothing for that iteration. And I just went for a burst thwart because you can't like burst Collector Two's damage in the same way you can with the other because it just flips and sits there.
Right.
But with this deck without setting up for it and just deciding on a whim, I was able to thwart 62 in one turn, which
Yeah.
is like crazy.
Starlord, it's an output machine. Like I said, sometimes you're sitting at a table and people are like, I'm gonna play this protection deck that builds out, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. This guy it's like every single turn is like a doomsday clock. It's like a step closer. It's like even sometimes you don't even have to plan for it, right? Sometimes you see a hand, right? It's like double daring escape, sliding shot. You're like, dude, I'm just going for it. Like, let's see.
Yeah,
And then
daring
you
escape for
like
the daring line.
and then you got like the freaking Black Panther that already has the card tucked. You just go for it, man. Like sometimes the hand just speaks to you, right? It's like the Gamma Slam. I think this was a really good one to get in the middle of the video here because it's like, yeah, man. These are sometimes it just happens and that's it. What could go wrong, man? You just keep clicking those encounter cards, man. Take. Nope. I'll take another one. Take another one. The IPAC's giving me one. The Daring Escapes are giving me one. Like, you just go. Just go. You push. That's what I like to say. You just push damage. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
Uh,
I just realized something. I could be more altruistic by
okay.
adding welcome aboard to help other
Ooh,
people get their allies reduced.
that's a good one. I like Welcome Aboard in this a lot. You already have 11 allies. You can argue it's kind of anti-synergy with Make the Call, but nobody cares. No one's asking. So, yeah, I like Welcome Aboard, and
Yeah, I might add that in
it does
as well.
fire in multiplayer a ton as well, so you will get value off of it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
depends on
I don't
my
know. I don't think.
altruism.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't have anything else to add unless you have closing thoughts on this one. I could get to.
No,
Uh,
no. This deck I've just played it so many times that it's it's fine.
dude, it's so crazy because it's like look at this 42, 42, one pack off. Like, dude, it was meant to be. That's all I
Did
gotta
you
say.
copy me?
Yeah, no, I must have been right. I must have been. This She-Hulk, it came to me in a vision, right? It came to me in a vision. I saw it when I was looking at this link, right? It came to me. I'm like, oh, I know what's available now. No, this is She-Hulk, right? And let's talk about stuff. Wow, it's when you look at it and you can really get into it. Only one copy of build support. I think this is a bit outdated. I think I'm playing
Two
Call for
events added, huh?
Backup. Yeah, yeah. Two event. Oh my gosh, our event card is the same. What the hell? Okay, it's crazy. It's crazy. You look too closely, the seams start to break, right? The seams between the reality of these decks. Now, all right, let's talk about She-Hulk. Everyone knows what She-Hulk. Maybe if you don't know what She-Hulk does, you're not cultured. But let me bit of a rundown real quick. She likes to flip every turn. She does 2 damage. She prevents a threat. She likes to Gamma Slam by using her HP as a resource. As we all know, HP is a resource. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. And nothing embodies that more than Gamma Slam. You like to flip. You get to flip with Split Personality, which is one of my favorite cards in the game. You got Limitless Stamina. You're punching with your 3 attack, sometimes 7 attack because you're fighting a stalwart villain, and these never fall off. Thank you, rules lawyers, and the people who got FFG to update the rules to buff my character. Yeah, it's Avengers, right? I guess the sauce I have in here, it's Avenge Me. You're drawing cards. Giving She-Hulk a real hand size in hero mode is not for the faint of heart because then you get to really see the character unleashed. I guess the fun kind of inclusions I have here is Black Knight. I think people really underrate the piercing keyword, especially for a hero like this. She has no way to get piercing. This guy gives you piercing. You should play him. That's like my only argument for it. Squirrel Girl is in here for literally the exact same reason. You might think, oh, it's a 2-cost ally. Of course it's in there. No, it's in there because it breaks toughs. You don't have piercing. These two guys have piercing. They break your toughs. This is She-Hulk gaming, right? It's a mindset, is what I like to say. Stinger, one
Yeah.
cost ally, breaks your toughs, right? Like these things are in here because it breaks toughs for you, right? You got Yellowjack who's gonna find you your upgrades, gonna find the Avenge Me. He's gonna swing. He's gonna draw you 2 more cards. You got Clarity. You got Death Focus. Death Focus fires your limitless staminas. It fires your superhuman strengths on the table. This is also kind of a small combo deck. We got 2 copies of Honorary Avenger because when I play this card, I'm going to sit down next to a friend of mine and he's also going to do Avenge Me. This is like when we're late in the night, we want to play some of our favorite heroes. What's a better way to play our favorite heroes than to draw a ton of cards? And then we got Mighty Avengers, one Mighty Avengers, one Avengers, and Helicarrier, which are the core box goats. If you don't know what to do, tap in. She-Hulk's awesome. That's my pitch.
Can't believe you. I added Avengers Mansion and Helicarrier, and
Ah,
you
that's
did.
good. Oh, yeah. I told you it came to me in a vision when I was looking at this specific link, right? Like, you know. No, it's She-Hulk, right? It readies up, it gets stats, it's got Avengers Assemble.
I'm kind of
Black
excited
Panther
at
holds
the
it for
idea
you.
of having like 4 copies of Mansion out and 4 Helicarriers. That's like
Yeah,
so strong.
yeah,
Maybe a hot take, maybe not. I think Avengers Mansion and Helicarrier are slept on by the internet due to playing too much solo.
Yeah, helicarrier 100%. 1,000,000%. I did a slight anecdote earlier in the video. If you're still rocking at this point in the video, y'all are a real one. You get the unless I trust me, I get it. There's some characters that have resource requirements. If someone clears the build support, just grab the helicarrier. Thank me later. I'm telling you, just grab the helicarrier. Just do it. Just do it. It's gonna be better almost 99% of the time. Um, because when you have a dead hand that does nothing, that boot camp you grabbed, that you have no allies on the board, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna wish you had the helicarrier. That's my sell.
Yeah.
It just helps you play everything. It just helps move the game along. Even if it doesn't help
I
you, it
need a
helps
boot
someone
camp
else.
player to give the boot camp to my Star-Lord deck.
Oh my gosh, dude, that would be crazy, right? Yeah, you gotta have Paulina bring a red deck. Maybe a Captain Marvel, something that has a lot of money that doesn't
Maybe.
mind playing the boot camp on someone else. That is a big investment. 3 is a lot, so someone gotta love you a lot. And I think you got someone lined up to do your bidding. I'm just kidding. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think boot camp obviously makes this deck go crazy because then you have like your freaking you know. Side note: Justice needs a boot camp. Too bad Starlord already has it, so he gets to play them both, right? Justice needs a thwart boot camp, so you get to play them both if someone puts that on you, which is really cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's She-Hulk. What do you want me to say? You ready? You punch things. You Avengers assemble. You do it all over again. That's all it is. Gamma Slam. Split personality. I'm just gonna say things. Player. She's awesome. Player. She's awesome. That's all I've got. Any ideas on my deck list?
Um, I no, I I don't. Yeah, no. I just want to try it with your cards to see if I get a Gamma Slam. That's the only thing I have to add.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
And if I
I will
don't,
hold you
and you
to it.
agreed with my plays, then maybe it's just
You
not meant
might
to
be
be.
cursed. Maybe, it's not easy being green, right?
No,
Definitely not. Not if you're daring lime.
no,
Oh, it
yeah.
has double meaning. Not easy being green, the lime and the She-Hulk. All right, we're moving on. We're getting too into the weeds. The seams are breaking, as I said earlier. All right, speaking of Captain Marvel, I didn't even. This was. I'm good at these segues. I should be a YouTuber or something. Let's talk about Captain Marvel. We got our yellow decks on the screen now.
But but
Yeah.
how could you? I also brought even the odds with operative skill.
Yes, the classic package when it comes to,
But
um,
yeah, that's the idea with this deck is just four player, the threat goes crazy. So you kind of need at least you need everyone to have a decent amount of thwarting in their deck or one person to specialize it and four player to like
mhm,
reliably uh reliably not have things go off the rails.
right.
And this card is a sacrilegious 47
That's what I
card
was gonna say.
deck.
The seams are really breaking later on in this video. 47? Holy.
Yeah, so the idea here was I just started by immediately adding 3 copies of Even the Odds and Crisis Averted and Overwatch and For Justice. I didn't add the Everywhere at Once new card that came out because it's going to be in one of Paulina's decks, so I didn't want to
Okay.
I didn't want to step on her toes there,
Yeah.
but. Yeah, so I just added 9 thwart events, 3 overwatches, and 3 skilled investigators, and then it fills up your deck pretty fast when you do that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then in addition, then I added the 3 resources, 2 power of justice, 2 passion for justice because I'm
Love that.
liking that even the
Yeah.
odds tech
So
that
good.
goes with that.
So good.
Um, and then Captain Marvel with a 47 card deck, like, does she really? I don't think she really cares because, like, honestly, I'm looking forward to her cards to the justice cards more than her hero cards.
Yeah.
So going above 40, like I'm looking for even the odds in Crisis Averted and Overwatch.
Hmm.
So I kind of want to go over 40 since I don't really care about her helmet and her light and
Yeah.
her, you know, and Photonic Blast is fine, but like it's just fine, especially when I'm the Justice player. Uh, so that's the reasoning. And she has like infinite card draw. So 47, she's not gonna notice it.
Yeah.
Um, and then other than just adding in all the stuff that's really good in four-player Justice, I have Sense of Justice to help her support and hit the mental for Justice, and Jessica Jones, because I think Jessica Jones is like one of the best allies. I love Jessica Jones, especially in four-player with player side schemes out, and she's gonna get +1 for each in play. Like that ally can easily get like 5+ thwart in multiplayer, which feels really good. And then Agent 13 is just the classic combo with Alpha Flight Station and Helicarrier, so that's just really good. And Nick Fury, because I don't know, I'm more apt to use core box cards with core box heroes,
Yeah.
so it just feels it's just nostalgic for me to play Nick Fury with Captain Marvel. And then the Con of Heroes specific techs are that slash four-player techs in general is the Lay the Trap.
I
I
love
like
this
to.
card.
It's kind of like the Hercules one where I'm playing aggression, but I can add 20 damage by just throwing one card into my deck, and like also help with damage. So like I can stack up my energy channel and lay the trap, finish lay the trap, and then play a photonic blast or two, and just do 30 to 40 damage as the justice player. So you can kind of do both. So I don't like to leave things like completely unmanaged.
Hmm.
Like I don't build generalist decks for four-player generally,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when I can add like one or two cards that will help out on the other fronts, I like to do that.
Cool. Yeah, I think that was a good
Oh,
sell on
and the
this
Peter
deck.
Parker, I didn't talk about him. He's
So
crazy
good.
moat in
Yeah.
four-player because he
Yeah.
just removes 12 threat.
Yeah. Yeah. Great minds, great minds. No, I think this is really. I think I sat next to a deck like this last year at the con. I don't think there's a single like new card in this deck, but that's just a testament to how good this is, right? Having 47 cards, I was gonna say, and I do have a couple of actually things to say about this deck in terms of like if I had to give it a critique, what I would say, but it's almost like non-existent because like you said, you just every single card on this hero just reads draw on hero, draw on alter ego, draw on this card, draw on the mansion. It's like you see so many cards. It's like you will always have something to do. Like
Yeah, even her attack
it's
event draws.
yeah, it's just every single thing just draws on this character. It's crazy. It's like you just see so many cards. This is gonna draw you cards. Like it's just so crazy. It's like you're almost never gonna have a dead hand. It's possible, but it's gonna be very unlikely. I'll say that much.
The only way I have a dead hand is if I get all her cards in my
Exactly right. So that's one thing I wanted to actually think about. So I play a lot of four-player Justice, and you said something that was very what's it called? Poignant. I would say is that it's either everyone contributes to the threat, or you have someone who specializes. This is something that specializes for sure. That being said, I think sometimes I find in my deck list there can be too much of a good thing, and I think honestly, if you had to ask me, these might be overkill. I think the Four Justice might be overkill in this deck. I think you can cut them.
I
My main
could.
reason being that is because you already have the triple Overwatch, and honestly, you say you don't want to play any of your cards. This card might actually go down. This card might actually hit the table, and so when you think about it, this card actually becomes playable when that hits the table because then you have like the
Oh yeah.
passion for justice and the operative skills that make this 3 and 3 and 4 and 4 or something like at the high end. So like in 4 justice at its most goes up to like 6. So it's like honestly I think there is a case for cutting this card, just if you wanted to, right? Like that's kind of my thing. It's like I think it's good and I think it will function really well in the deck. I don't think it's gonna underperform. But if you wanted to like make a tighter deck list, I can see like specking, like making sure you play this at least one of these, and then now your hero cards become like Four Justices, right? Like they're gonna be
Yeah.
like 4 and 4 at minimum, right? Or 2 and 2 at minimum, which is the same. You don't have to worry about the kicker. So I don't know. That's maybe
I
just
think
food for
my
thought.
idea on it is that if the main scheme is at 0 and there's no side schemes out in four-player, then
Right.
if I have a suboptimal hand, I think it's okay.
No, I agree. I think it's I think you'll find it's a scenario that's very rare, but it can happen. And so I do like the Chrysler. Just the thing about Miss Captain Marvel, she has so many cards, she sees so many that you can actually play. I'd say there's like two really big yellow archetypes in multiplayer. It's this and Overwatch, and then it's like even the odds and like the passion for justice stuff. And this deck can just kind of do both. Like, she sees so many cards. It's like, okay, if I didn't find my even the odds for the side scheme, I'm just gonna throw an Overwatch in the main, and then Crisis Averted the side scheme for 6, and it's essentially like the same thing. Like, it might be even better depending or worse the board state, right? But yeah, I think this is gonna. I mean, this.
I was
deck
considering adding in. Actually, you've inspired me.
Okay.
This is sort of.
Okay.
It's actually sort of like protesting what you were saying.
Okay.
But I was considering adding in what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. The 6-cost ship, the Injustice.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember the name of it. The Douglas.
I forget too. Yeah, the Douglas.
I'm just gonna go to 47 and add the Douglas, because like, when else am I gonna play the Douglas than when I'm playing?
You can 100% play the Douglas in this deck. Yeah. And it will feel funny and awesome when you to use the counters. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. Yeah, she can play a ton of cards.
If we lose the threat, I will be surprised.
Yeah, no, I don't think not, especially if you're throwing the Douglas and you're keeping the 4 Justice, you are not going to lose it. I'm telling you, if you lose the game, it's not going to be for that reason. One thing I would also say is the tech card, and you see it, I'm gonna toot my own horn. I like Manifold. I think he's awesome.
Oh yeah, Manifold is cool.
I think he solves a lot of problems in general because like she does have 1 defense. I'm not saying she's squishy because she does like heal and she has like freaking insane. They don't make heroes like this anymore when they give them like the 5 recovery and alter ego. They don't make heroes like that with 12 health. They don't do that anymore. So she is like. She's not actually squishy, but she can appear if you hit like 2 attacks in a villain phase. And so he comes down, he grabs you, your player side scheme, and he blocks for you. So it's like kind of like, I don't know. It's value. It's interesting. And I think he can see play. He's an Avenger if you're worrying about theme too, but it doesn't matter either way. Yeah. I love Lay the Trap. I love that you called this out. This card's awesome. It basically has a home in every single Justice deck unless I know I have damage. I'm bringing Wonder Man in yellow, and I actually didn't put it in that deck, not just because there isn't 1 copy, there's only 1 copy, which there is only 1 copy, but just because he has the damage. Like,
yeah, it's the secret tech for Justice players to be able to brag about doing the most damage at the end of the on the final push.
There you go. Yeah,
the 20 damage is crazy.
No, it's super strong. No, I like this deck. I think it's gonna fire. I think it's gonna go crazy. I wish there was like a way. We're getting like super into the weeds here. If you had a Deadpool player, what's it called? That like gave you like a resource reserve. It had to be Deadpool in blue, or I guess it could be anyone. Getting a resource reserve into this deck, I think, just makes it even better because then you can like hold the passion for justices. Yeah, it would be
That's crazy. A good idea. That'd be fun. I was thinking about bringing Black Panther, and I could maybe do that.
It's too into the weeds maybe, but it's definitely cool. Yeah, no, I like this deck. Like I said, I sat next to yellow Captain Marvel, and it's just like you don't have to worry. It's like you're sitting next to a Jubilee or like a Miss Marvel. It's almost to that level. I don't think anyone really can turbo thwart like Miss Marvel, but this deck comes close for sure. Yeah. All right.
You brought one of my favorite characters in the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a bit of a story with Silk. I was originally very against this character, not for any other reason other than I'm not a big fan of the Web Warrior stuff. I think we've chatted about this before. I don't like the Web Warrior archetype in general. I think the Web of Life and Destiny is kind of like a mistake of a card because it makes people make decks that play all of them. And after you've played them a couple times, it just feels kind of boring to me. It kind of feels like the X-Men felt to me kind of at the end of their run. It's just like, I just don't want to play these cards, so I didn't. So my goal was, a couple of my goals for the con this year were to bring some heroes that I felt like I had overlooked and give them an honest chance. And so Silk was definitely number 1 on the list because I was very, very low on her for a long time. I had a lot of negative things, like I felt like she was too slow. I didn't feel like why anyone would like tucking these cards. And then Wonder Man came out, I'm like, and I kind of opened my mind to tucking cards a little bit more. I'm like, okay, I can see like this kind of game within a game can be fun. And so I had a couple iterations of this deck, and it just didn't really feel like it got there. I was like, how do I grapple with the fact that I need to be removing threat, but I also want to be getting my card draw and alter ego? And the short answer was the shield justice stuff, because you can throw an alter ego. I saw someone playing a version of this deck, and I saw them play this homeland intervention card. I'm like, oh, that's like the answer I was looking for, right? Sometimes I get my answers from people who are better deck builders than I am. I don't think I had ever played this card before making this deck. It's Shield Justice Silk. For some of our listeners, run 3 allies, Manifold Monarch Chain Spider-Man, 1 Crisis Averted for kind of the Overwatch combo, 2 copies of that. Again, toolboxing. You're very noticing a pattern here. A lot of toolbox decks. We've got a triple even the odds, triple homeland intervention, player side schemes, build support, laser trap, superpower training, triple basic resources, 2 power of justice. We're on a helicarrier, triple surveillance, 1 vigilante training, heroic intervention, operative skill, double overwatch, double skill investigator. It's a justice deck. I don't have a ton more to say about it, right? We do have a bit of a toolbox nature with the vigilante training, so if I see the crisis averted, I can kind of just throw the Overwatch on the main and let it sit there kind of safely, because I know I can flip down, shuffle the Crisis Averted back in, and have that combo at a moment's notice. We've got the Homeland Interventions and Monica Chang's here, so that if I don't want to do the Crisis Averted combo, I can shuffle in the Homeland Interventions when I go up Alter Ego, and then use my Silk ability to draw 2 cards, get rid of a tuck card to play it, removing 6 threat on my turn, flipping down to cover kind of the threat on the main. And then, as always, I say the biggest problem in multiplayer is usually the side schemes. So it's basically a requirement. Like, this is kind of the thing we were talking about. Play like 14 HP heroes, you play triple limit of stamina. If you're playing Justice in multiplayer, you're playing 3 even the odds. There's not a lot to say about that card. And yeah, that's basically the deck here. Yeah, there's not. I don't think there's a ton else to really say about it. Again, we kind of had this stat line with the 3 defense. You want to get down your outwit. Not outwit. You want your
I
organic
don't know
webbing
your
and
thoughts
your
on
spider reflexes.
Moon Girl, or if it's also a card that you're just avoiding playing. Because I get it, but if you're playing Alter Ego Silk, she is a genius.
So that's one card. So when I was making this deck list, I think this set isn't the most updated either. I think Ingenuity is also supposed to be in here. Yeah, I just forgot she was a genius. That's my answer. It's not any more it's not any more crazy than that. I just forgot she could play it, so it's not in here because of that. If I remembered she could play it, it would be in here. So it probably will be in here at the con, and you're correct on that. I don't know what my mental count looks like, but it's probably good enough to play, especially if I throw in Ingenuity.
The Monica Chang surveillance team thing is so fun. Like, this is not a Silk deck, but one of my favorite decks that I made was a Wasp deck, where I just shuffle Monica Chang into my deck over and over again.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she just spams the surveillance teams. Because like Wasp is crazy in that with this kind of archetype, because she can shuffle in like Nick Fury, Monica Chang, the Genius
Moon Girl.
card,
Yeah.
and Moon Girl, and just on repeat, and it's just
It's so strong. Yeah, it's very strong.
Yeah, this yeah, I get playing. I was actually meaning to play Silk without Web Warriors, because like the strongest version I've played her in was the Justice, the I'm forgetting the name. I'm blank. One way or another.
Yeah, it's like the
farm
turbo
the
draw.
side schemes, and then into the Web Warrior stuff, because like you get set up on turn 2 and then just like have too much money to lose.
Right.
But that gets like really boring after like 2 or 3 times for me.
Yeah.
So then I've been meaning to play her. Maybe if you'll let me borrow a deck,
Yeah.
I'd like to try this.
Yeah, it's again, you're gonna get in the mind of the insane person with these one-of toolboxes. I love Vigilante.
I'm a big fan of one-offs. I think, okay, this is a hot take. I was been meaning to make a video on this for the longest time, but not in this Captain Marvel deck. But you'll notice that I have a lot of 2-ofs in all my decks I make.
Yeah,
and I have a really, really simple, really simple reasoning for it. And it just goes like, I ask myself, do I want to see this card on turn 1? If yes, 3 copies. If no, 2 copies. And it's kind of that simple.
Yeah, people are gonna think that's kind of crazy, but it's like kind of like if you get into like probabilities, this isn't a competitive game, but when you see people talk about like TCG write ups, and there's like a science to like card counts, and it's almost as simple as that. If it's a card you want to see like on your second, third turn on, you shouldn't put three copies in it. Like I agree with you completely. If it's not a card you want to see on turn one, don't put three copies of it. But if it's a card you do want to see, maybe two is the answer instead of one. I know, for example, I look at a couple of your deck lists, which I really appreciate. Is like this. Like if this is a card you want to see, obviously multiplayer you can play it under someone else. It's never really a dead draw. But like
Mhm.
you want to see the combat training in this deck, and seeing two is it's sounds stupid. It's double the odds of seeing it, but not necessarily seeing it on turn one, right? If you put three copies in, now your draws are actually getting bricked. So like it makes sense, right? Like that line of logic makes sense for sure.
Yeah. And then also another thing it does is when you force yourself to add 3 of every card you want, your deck gets filled up to 40 and then pushes 50 cards like
Mm-hmm.
almost instantaneously. And as soon as you cut down to 2 ofs of like Relentless Assault, which you're not playing two like on, you're
Mm-hmm.
not generally playing that turn one, um, and just like 2 of like multiple cards in the deck, you immediately have more space for one-offs, and one-offs can save the game because it's like, if would you do you really want a deck that has more options and is better? Because like most of the cards you in your hand turn into resources anyways.
Right.
So like having more variety of options in your hand is generally a strength, and having more options just for output and like having a little bit of damage, having a little bit of survivability. Like I'm a big fan of 2-in-1s.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it does make for, like you said,
Also, this
interesting
isn't
deck
TCG
buildings.
land where you only draw one a turn. It's like you're going through your whole deck like
Really
really
fast.
fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's definitely interesting, and I think that's a good point you bring up. That yeah, people do play a lot of 3 ofs, and I don't think you have
This deck I
to.
broke that, but that's just because I'm only
Yeah,
looking to thwart with that one.
exactly. You had one goal, one track mind, and yeah, I mean this 2 of philosophy is still also here, right? Like I got a 2 of Overwatch because 2 of skilled investigator, and this card is just broken. You play 3 copies if you can. The problem is I'm bringing 2 yellow decks, and there's only 3 copies in the game, so Wonder
Yeah,
Man gets 1 and Silk gets 2. Um,
you'll just
yeah.
have to deal with the glare, the angry looks across the table when you only have 2.
Side note: I really love the mission leader, the leadership version of
Yeah, that
that. That
card's
card's
really fun.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah. No, I like this toolbox thing, and it gets me on a different tangent. But I think my Deadpool deck has Plan of Attack in it, and it's in there for a similar
Oh, we
reason
have
because
the
it.
Deadpool decks together.
Oh yes, wait, I forgot. Did I show my? Oh, I do have my Deadpool deck. Oh, it's a perfect segue into talking about like toolboxing and things like that. Yeah, let's move on. All right. Yeah, this is a card I think is a really fun toolbox thing. Yeah, we got 2 decks here, but different aspects. But we are bringing Deadpool. Yeah, we got I'll do a quick tangent on Deadpool, not getting into my deck list. He's very similar place for me with Silk, where I didn't get it. I tried so hard to get it, and because I didn't get it because I didn't want to get it. I wasn't playing him like he should be played, which is dying. You just die on this character, you will get value. Trust me, the game either you win fast or you lose fast. The game is not going to get ahead of you in most games, especially if you're playing standard. Just die. Like just use your ability, use your cards, get the acceleration icons, and go crazy. Like that's what this guy does, and he's really good at it. He's extremely good at it actually, and we can get into that when we start with yours. 40 card protection deck. The veil has back. It's fully solidified. It's not
Yeah.
thinning
So
anymore here.
I think Deadpool is. I don't know how. I kind of do know how that happened. I guess I think it's because he shipped with like the chaotic pool deck,
Hmm.
but I think Deadpool is like somehow like a criminally underrated character,
Hmm.
and it's kind of crazy to me that that happened because, like you were saying, like he's you just get defeated and then just say no. I don't feel like it, and then and it's really like it's such a big upside, and it's not really like you can get defeated. But I guess don't play Deadpool if you just can't handle like, or if you just really don't want to ever lose a game. Like, because sometimes you'll lose by getting
Yeah.
unlucky, but that doesn't bother me with him. Um, and so my idea, my I think he's a really good support character. And the reason I think he's such a good support character is because you have to lean into his strategy for it though. So picture this. But yeah, chimichanga truck like what you have up there. It lets an identity ready after making a basic recovery. That's insane. And then exhausting personality. Like in 4 player, there's already a bunch of them, and I'm planning on getting defeated like as often as possible.
Exactly. That's the only way to
So
do
I'm
it.
planning on getting like 6+ acceleration tokens, and I'm gonna like stress everyone out. I know, but I promise we'll be okay. And then I'm gonna exhaust someone's identity, and then hand them 6 cards. And because like 6 cards, 6+ cards given to any player on the team is crazy. Like imagine if
Two
Star Lord got
turns. It's
like
like
six
two
cards.
turns. Yeah.
Yeah,
SPDR gets 6 cards. You literally made like 40 resources. I'm not trolling. Like, you actually
yeah.
made like 40 resources.
And then it ain't over. Is really important. Like you can't skip this card. Uh,
You
and
have
you
to
have
play
to
it.
try to
You
find it
do
as
have
much
to
as you
play
can,
it.
because the way he works is you have to play it ain't over. And when you increase the target threat value by like 10 and 12 and 14 and 16, it buys you enough time to where you can just get your Yoo-Hoos off. And if you count the hit points here, like I have +1 from X-Force Recruit, +10 from Symbiote, so it's +11, +3 from Endurance, so that's 14, and then +3 from defensive conditioning.
Hmm.
So yeah, that it goes crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's so much hit points. Yeah, it's +17 hit points, and he has 9, so you get to 26 health. I think I did that right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's 20.
I'm not counting. Too late in the night
It's
for
either
math for
26
me.
or 27. I want to double check because I want to make sure I get these numbers right.
Okay, yeah.
6, 17. Yeah, +17 hit points. Yeah, so he gets 26 hit points. And when you have
Mhm.
26 hit points, your Yoo-Hoo can thwart 25 in 1 turn.
And that's like 6 turns of no, that's probably like 4 turns of just step one in the villain phase. So like now your acceleration tokens don't matter. And it's only
Yeah,
upside. Like you
like
got this guy and stuff.
when you build into the hit points like this, the game can't really get ahead of his output unless you just randomly get defeated. That's why I have 2 energy barriers there, which is just to prevent
Yeah.
me from taking damage in alter ego. Um, and this is really a support deck where I know it's going to stress people out, but I just really want to play it because I think when people are readying off the chimichanga truck, I'm handing them like 5+ cards, and I also added in Black Widow because Black Widow, um, she can spend a mental resource, cancel the effects of a card, and then reveal another. But when someone else is revealing that card, because I have my symbiote suit, which will give a hazard, but then when other people get the card, I can use Black Widow to cancel the card, and then I get to reveal the next one. So it just takes it and gives it to me, which will mitigate the symbiote suit hazard icon for other people. And then get behind me. I have 3 copies of that, which can just cancel treacheries and then cause me to get attacked, which is going to be awful because then I'll have to get defeated. And then I'll have to just make my kit even stronger. It's
Yeah.
like, honestly, I'm more concerned about taking enough damage than anything. And then he has 8 recovery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
He has 8 recovery. And then I really like playing him with downtime, which brings him up to 10 recovery. He readies off the chimichanga truck. So that means I can heal for 20 in 1 turn. And then Dr. Sinclair, I can spend a mental to heal 10. And recuperation, I can spend 2 to heal 10. So like with having all of these different ways of healing, um, a 2 for 10 card is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a
Definitely.
1 for 10 card is pretty good. And a chimichanga truck that is giving me 10 every turn, essentially, unless someone else needs it, because I might not be able to take damage fast enough
Yeah.
to get it every turn. It's just crazy. Like, out of all of the basic stats I want to use my 10 recovery.
Right.
Like add 10 to any stat, and it's crazy because you essentially are converting that 10 stat into damage because you're dealing hit points. or you're using your hit points to deal so much
Hmm.
damage to yourself with Yoo-Hoo and maximum effort. So whenever I want to, in the middle of the game, I can thwart 25. I'm helping people out by letting them heal up and canceling their encounter cards for them. And then whenever I need to as well, I can just maximum effort, and this card is fire, which is tutorable, and just do
Hmm.
50 damage. So it could even just be like I do that 2 times in a row, and it's 100 damage over the course of 2 turns,
Right.
which just sounds really fun. And I also bought build support and specialized training because I can just Yoo-Hoo and just give everyone finish specialized training for a 4-player board,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
This is like a
That's
this is like a
my
support
Deadpool
deck in
prediction.
a different flavor. It feels like, yeah, this is gonna cause a lot of stress. I can guarantee you that. But it's fun. I love Black Widow. First off, shout out. I love these core box cards. This card slots into decks more often than I think she would. I love that card. I think she's great. Um, yeah. This is like break the game level. Like having this card in is when Deadpool breaks the game. I had a bit of restraint on my end, but maybe I shouldn't. But yeah, this card is gross. It's just gross with him. It just does everything he wants to do. It makes his events insane. Even though you didn't even mention this card, but everyone knows about it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I think having the energy barriers in here are very smart because there are gonna be some scenarios that you don't think about. It's like you could
Yeah,
just
like
play dead.
Sandman.
Yeah, you could just play Deadpool into scenarios that sometimes you don't realize that there's random ping damage and you can't just get randomly knocked out. Or sometimes the scenario has none and then someone's nemesis set can just randomly deal damage. A quick tangent is that I was testing this deck in multiplayer, and of course I had gotten defeated from the attack and flipped down. And someone had revealed, I think it's like the Hit Squad, Captain America's nemesis set, and it's like when it's revealed in player order, you discard the top card of the encounter deck and deal damage to your identity based to the boost cards. So then it was like 3 damage to one person, 2 damage to one person, 2 damage to one person, and then it got to me. I was like, oh no, and then it flipped to 0, and I was like, dude, I'm the best player in the game. I'm the best player. I'm the best player in the game. It flipped to 0, and I was like, well, yeah, that could have killed me, right? Like he doesn't have any like protection as alter ego, but I think Get Behind Me is super fun. Just finding a way to use these core box cards, and like you said, if you think being defeated is going to be a problem, which could be a real problem when you have that much HP, yeah, this will be a way to get defeated for sure. You could even
Yeah,
like choose to
I could add
defend,
taunt
which is
in if I wanted
crazy.
to.
You could even choose to defend, make sure like you didn't get defeated, and then make sure to cancel like treachery during the villain phase and actually get defeated. I don't know. It could be interesting.
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's part of the plan. I'm gonna take as much damage as physically possible.
yeah, it's just one of those things that I just didn't get it because I was trying to make him someone that he's not, and you just don't do that. Just get the acceleration icons. I didn't
That's
really
how we met,
understand.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I
You were asking me. I was like, well, you don't have to do the thing.
Yeah, I was asking about Deadpool because I was like, I don't really get it. Do you have a Deadpool deck? And then that was kind of like one of the first videos I uploaded. It's like I was like, I don't get it. I don't get why people like this character. Like I got why he was strong. I just didn't get why people liked it. And I still didn't get it back then, but I did appreciate the gesture. But I get it now. I think of it if I think of it in terms of efficiency, he's just so efficient. It's like you go to 1 HP, so essentially you're able to. I think about it like you're able to stun any villain in the game because you can't ever die to the attack activation. Like obviously there's ways you can die, but you get to blank in activation, so you're already taking away stuff from the villain because him attacking you doesn't matter because you can't be defeated by it. So you can take like what the attack could say do 1,000 damage and it doesn't matter. You're making the output the same as if it did one. Like it's just crazy what this character can do. He's very very strong. Um, yeah, and I think this looks like ton of fun. I like the healing. I like all the healing. I like
I'm a big recuperation fan on multiple characters, especially Deadpool.
yeah.
I don't really think this is a popular card, but I love this card.
I would
Every
say
time I play it and
no.
I heal 10 for 2 cost, I'm like, yeah, that feels right.
It's definitely on the heroes that can make you feel like an X-23 probably goes crazy with this too. Wolverine has a high recovery as well. I mean, yeah, this is just like a fun combo, right? It's just you're healing a ton, right? You don't have to worry, and then you can do your
And I did the two
activation.
loves with the plan of give because I want to get my hit points as fast as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just give the extra copy to someone else.
If you give this to
Can wait.
me and She-Hulk, I'm a greedy player, bro. I don't play cards like that. I want to play the
Yeah,
Gamma Slams. I don't play Downtime. I don't play the Crew Quarters. Nope, nothing
yeah, I can
here.
give the hit points.
Well, I got Endurance in here. I do play that one. It does make the
You
Gamma
take a
Slams.
defensive conditioning, I bet.
Oh, that too. Yeah, no, the Gamma Slams, it just makes them line up. It's not about She-Hulk. Okay, I'm going to Deadpool. Okay.
It's
I
always
got
about
Deadpool.
She-Hulk.
Yeah,
They're the two meta
exactly.
breaking characters. They know what's going on. That the fourth wall has been pierced.
Oh my gosh, the veil is thin. It all comes back around. All the stims from this video. All right, last deck of the video, guys. Tap in Red Pool. What a great name. That's not gonna be the final name. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to bring in an aggression deck, and I'm not an aggression player, so I'm glad that Tigra actually is in the pool for aggression because it's probably my least played aspect for sure. I think by a large margin, and I'm like, I'm not a big Deadpool guy, but people say he's fun and right, and I've played this thing a handful of times, and this thing is it's just like so stupid. It's like so funny. It's just I don't know what else to say about this deck. We're in triple allies. We got Magic and Wolverine. I don't really know why Magic's in here. I think I was half asleep. This is not an X-Men hero, but maybe it'll be a different ally by the time this comes around. We got Wolverine in here because I don't know. He's just
You could just cut magic if you
yeah,
wanted to, because you're at 41.
that's true. The fully solidified my 40 card truther mentality that is not in the slightest true at all. Yeah, we got Face the Past in here because who the hell cares about Butler? That guy
It's
sucks
the
and he gives you
butler. Yeah,
cards.
I thought about adding that and then didn't just because I didn't. I don't know.
We got some funny cards in here. We got a couple of toolbox things. We got a Fusillade in here. You got our katanas that get down. We're dealing damage. Full body charge. It's kind of like budget. This card is fire if you can't find it before you go down and get defeated. Now you're dealing like 8 with overkill. Very efficient. Very fun. Got maximum effort. We got mutant education. We're on the 2-1 lineup
I like the
here.
mutant education to get to like help you with the tutoring.
Yeah, it's just sometimes, his alter ego ability is really strong, but it is one of those things that I get mad at that it only searches the deck. So these just get your cards that you want to be playing back into the deck. Sometimes you just see your maximum efforts, like when you're mulliganing for cards to set up, or you see your yoo-hoos too early, and it's like, this gets them back in the deck. Even if the expansion isn't down, it's literally just worth it because these cards are just, I mean, these cards are just crazy. Like they're
Yeah,
just
I think
so
you've convinced me.
crazy.
I'm gonna add 2 of them to my deck.
It's just really good. Like there's no other way to say it. It's just like these cards are the best cards on the character probably arguably, and it's like you just need to see them. Plan of Attack is in here for a very similar reason. It's like, okay, maybe I wanted to find like this is basically in here for really pushing damage. So it's like I find the maximum effort, and then Plan of Attack, I can play it while I'm in Alter Ego flipping up, and it can find that this card is fire. So like I have like kind of the tutoring here, the consistency to get these cards in the deck, and then to find them to do my combos, to line up my 2 card combos. And sometimes again, the Constellation Pride, it's if you don't find this one, you find the full body charge, and it's like kind of the same. I'm not playing the symbiote suit, so this isn't dealing 20. It's usually dealing about like 11 or something. So full body
I
charge
need
is
to
like
convert you
kind
to
of
the
the way
dark
that
side of using the symbiote suit.
I it's just like this deck is so fast that honestly playing the 4 cards, it feels like it slows it down. Every turn I'm just like consistent like 9 damage, and then like sometimes I'm exhausting this katana, so it's like 9 damage plus like 2 with the relentless assault, and so it's like 10 damage, 11 damage, 15 damage, and it's like sometimes you play the symbiote suit, it's like I did like 2 damage. That doesn't feel good. Obviously, if you have like a double or your montage or something, like you can still play the what's it called? You can still play the maximum effort anyways, but I don't know. I don't want to take over the game. That's my opinion. See, in this deck I like it because it's like this deck in general is made to be supportive, even though he does take over the game once he gets it down because you just thwart for 25. But taking over the game for thwarting and taking over the game for damage, I feel like are two different. They're like two different things, right? flirting versus harassment, like that one meme. Like that's definitely what that is. People are not gonna complain if you throw it for 25, but if you take their epic like push to the win, dealing like 40 on a this card is fire. I don't know, maybe get some side eyes. I want money. I put in resources. I got double power regressions. These Moira McTaggart is like a must in this character. I should probably subscribe to the meta and throw in a helicarrier, but honestly, I think this deck wins fast and loses even faster, so maybe it's not needed. We got an expansion in here too. One copy of aggressive conditioning. We do want some HP stacking. We got that and the endurance in here. And we just throw in a martial prowess and an X-Force recruit because again, free HP and martial prowess, it helps you play your
Fire.
what's it called? Yeah, your fire, your relentless assaults to hit the kicker guaranteed, and yeah, your fusillade, your full body charges. But yeah, this is kind of like the toolbox thing we were talking about. That this helps you find. Sometimes you don't. It's crazy to say. Sometimes you really don't want to find this card or like this card, and you want to just do a small little bit of output by killing a minion. Find the relentless assault, right? Like it's just find the fusillade, right? So I think it's cool. I've played it. It works. It goes fast. It does damage. It's Deadpool. There's not much to say. He just goes fast. I think that's a really funny one to end it on. I like Deadpool. Another reason I didn't mention that made me come around on trying this guy again is that I'm not even a really big fan of his character in the comics or movies anyway. I think he's fine, but I played him in like Marvel Rivals. That guy is so fun in that game. I'm sorry, they put crack at some of those characters in that game. So he's definitely one of them that it got me looking at the Marvel Champion site again. That's kind of like what every big brand writes, like that brand parody of getting you to buy and do things in the other versions that have the IP. It got me. I'm a Deadpool fan now, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's really good.
He's just awesome. He's just awesome. Like you have to get it, and I feel like you get to a certain point where Deadpool is stupid and scary. It's like what is it, the Dunning-Kruger bell curve, and then in the middle, it's like Deadpool is really strong, and then on the other end, I think where me and you are, it's like no, he's stupid and he's scary because he wins fast, and like I said, he loses even faster. So,
Yeah, I'm really excited. The Deadpool deck is the most excited I am for the decks because I think that I'll be able to really make it not feel like I'm playing Deadpool. If
yeah.
people just close their eyes and just forget that I'm playing Deadpool, they'll just be like, "Wow, that was so nice healing so much. The main scheme is nowhere close to the threshold. Thanks for canceling all these encounter cards for me and blocking for me." That's my plan.
Yeah, it's kind of like you like entice them. It's like the give and take, like the scale. You're like making the problems, but you're evening them out. And like the big 25 thwart, 25 damage. It's like, wow, it was worth it. It was like the journey, right? The journey to get there. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I just really like the 50 damage from the combo whenever. And it'll be even better. If you click refresh, you'll see that nice mutant education in
Alright, yeah, let me bring it up here.
that I completely stole from you
Oh, yes. Of
without
course.
your knowledge.
42 cards. Let's go. Nice.
I
Yeah,
could
no.
maybe try to thin it out, but I can't really think of anything I want to cut.
No, it looks
Maybe
fun.
I'll do I don't know, cause like get behind me at 3, I'm torn on because I don't want to see it turn 1, but that second deck pass I do want a lot of them because I will need the damage being dealt to me.
Okay. Second deck pass. It's optimistic thinking on this guy.
Well, I'm not planning on one-shotting the villain.
No, yeah. And I
I'm not
get
gonna
you. I'm
one-shot the
trolling.
villain.
Yeah, I'm trolling.
I
Yeah,
could one-shot the villain in theory, but I won't. I
yeah.
shan't until the board and until the table is decided that
It's all
it's
about
time.
it's all about the journey, right? It's not the destination. So you need to
Yeah,
have fun and experience Deadpool and all his madness, and the table will experience it too. Yeah, man,
yeah.
I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to this. Just kind of a sampling of the decks we're bringing to the con. I don't know if you're going above this. I think I have a couple more that I
I
didn't
may or may not.
showcase
I'm not
here
sure.
that are coming along with me. But yeah, man, it's just a large variety of builds, large variety of heroes, and it's gonna be a fun time. I cannot wait for mention. Anything else you want to say before we sign off this video? Anyone who's chilling for us this long ramble session, y'all are real ones for sure.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, and hopefully if you're at the con, we can get a game in.
Yeah,
and I
man.
will either gloriously support with Deadpool or it will crash and burn.
Yeah. Like we said, what can go wrong? That's it for me. That's it for this video. Guys, find me at the con if you're going. Get a game in. Find both of us. Take us both to find a game. Whatever you want to do. It's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is a great chat. Just talking about decks and making small suggestions. And I don't know, multiplayer is a ton of fun. Guys, check it out. If you're a solo player, you're probably not watching this late into the video. Check it out. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. That's it for me. Great chat. Awesome. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Goodbye.
See ya.